Okay, we are live. Hello everyone. Welcome back
Oh,
to another episode of MCU Rewatch. I know that all of you have been impatiently waiting for this episode to drop. I've gotten many death threats. Uh Eggs are being thrown out my window. Hey, we want
oh
the next
my God.
episode already. What are you guys
Man.
doing? Our reply to that is we apologize for even caring what you think
Yeah.
because we frankly do not care. Okay.
Yo, stream. This guy's window faces his neighbor. So it's his neighbor. This is
Frank,
neighbor that's just been egging this
Frank,
man.
if you're throwing eggs at my window, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna break your wife's legs. Okay.
Oh,
Here.
yeah.
I'm just kidding, Frank. Thank you for all the food that you've given us
Oh, wow.
uh, throughout all these years. A little spicy though, but you know.
Oh, you know where he's from, stream.
Yeah, West Indies. West Indian, so that's already a lot of spice.
It's a lot of Scotch bonnet.
Facts, dude. Facts.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, So if you guys have been keeping up with our MCU rewatch, you'll know that today we're going to be talking about one of the craziest films in the saga. And it's not even an Avengers film, technically. It's not even an Avengers film. This is
Yeah,
technically a Cap film, the final Cap film.
yeah.
And he gets the luxury of having a civil war in it,
Wow.
which makes sense because, his, I guess, storyline kind of calls for it with the way it
Yeah.
went with Bucky. But we're not complaining, man. We'd love to see everybody, as much as this is a Cap movie, Tony is in it as much as the next guy. We also get to see um, a few characters that we never thought would be mixed up with this group of people, like Scott Lang, and
Oh my
also
God, stream. I'm so sorry. I have meatballs in the fucking. Hold on.
this guy forgot. Um, yeah, we also get the first time that we get to see Black Panther, which is super exciting because but not only is Black Panther one of the original, you know, uh, superheroes uh, back then, but it's long awaited. Like he's been teased ever since the first Captain America when they revealed that the shield came from Wakanda. I'm not sure if they actually said the name there, but they'd mentioned Wakanda several times already before this movie. So exciting to see T'Challa finally join the battle. And of course, Spider Man, because he's one of the best. How's the meatballs?
Oh man. Well, the gravy is incinerated.
Oh no!
No, it's not incinerated. It's actually it has browned up to like you know when you take parmesan, you shave it and then you put it on a tray
Mm.
and some it's nonstick and then you bake it
Oh, it
and
turns
then it
into
turns
like
into a
rubber. Yeah,
rubber, but like it's congealed
peelable.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like that. It's IKEA
Oh,
meatballs.
that's that's not bad, I guess. They're just
Yeah,
caramelized.
that's godlike. It's
That's what it's
crispy.
called. Yeah. If you guys don't know, Ray is actually an excellent baker. One time
Oh
he
yeah.
baked me oatmeal cookies that were
Yo, I get blown up.
exceptionally what?
Oh
The only
shit.
reason why that was funny is because you stood up and you said, "Let me show you how to make." Remember that? Because
Yo, that's a godlike. See, yeah, that's a godlike detail because
yeah, that was it. It wasn't funny because he was burnt. It was just only funny because of what came before. It was Aika making cookies, and you're like, "Oh, this is all right, but let me show you how it's done."
Yo, then oh my
It
god, did I?
continues to
Whose house did I do that at?
Nicolo's house.
I hope it wasn't Attica's. Okay, that would have been so bad.
it was it was our hideaway. It was our
Oh,
I would say bad cave. That was the Avengers facility actually. Uh,
oh, oh, the raft.
or that's a prison. Yeah, the living conditions were a prison in that one. It wasn't very clean all the time. a
Yeah,
lot of dishes.
yeah,
We
yeah.
would be
Same food.
horrible roommates if that was the case.
That's jokes.
um,
Nice.
but yeah, I was just telling the guys that we get to see the new people like Black Panther and Spider Man in this one,
Yeah.
so it further expands the universe even more, and it also it promised us more standalone movies because obviously Homecoming and Black Panther come out later on. Uh, but yeah, were you excited to watch this movie?
Oh yeah.
I feel like I don't even need to ask that. This movie is like
Oh
loved
my god.
by so many, and just like I'm glad they did it right. Were
Yeah.
you skeptical at all about this the first time
Well, the
seeing,
cast.
or like, well, not just the cast, like we kind of knew, but like T'Challa, we didn't know who that. I didn't know who Chadwick Boseman was before this
Yeah.
movie. I don't think
Oh
I
yeah.
ever watched anything from him
Me too.
at all. And then
Yeah.
I learned that the accent is purely like acting, and like
Yeah.
he sounds American. I was like,
American.
wow,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's like impressive. Same thing with
Yeah.
Tom Holland. I didn't know that American
Yeah.
accent was fabricated. Yeah,
Uh huh.
really impressive. Like, wow,
Mhm.
because he has a hard like what is that, British?
Mhm.
Yeah, British accent, guys. I'm also fluent in the British.
Jeez, look at
You
this
know,
guy.
I is British and this is bollocks, right?
This guy, this bloke right here. This bloke.
Yeah, I swear on my mom's grave. That's different.
What is that? Is
I don't
that
know.
Jason Statham?
Jason Statham,
Oh no,
transporter, kill him.
that's British.
Is he British? Jason Statham,
I,
Scottish,
I think
Irish,
so.
whatever.
One of those, but I think they hate being called each other's names.
I know that Ireland and Scotland
Yeah.
don't like each other.
Yeah.
The same way that Serbians and Albanians don't like each other. But you know, the world is I respect Jason Statham wherever you're from. Maybe you're from Ireland. I know that he has the ability to like shorten words. He has the ability to shorten a six worded uh phrase into like two. You know what I mean?
What do
He
you
has
mean?
because he says he shortens the words "Do you know what I mean?" to like two. It's like, so I got that right. I shot him in the neck. Yeah, I mean,
Yo, this
like,
guy condensed it.
yeah, dude, this guy
Like,
fucking. It's like a math equation, you know. Simplify. Take away the brackets. Shout out to Jade. If Jason Statham joins the MCU, I don't even know what to say.
no, who would he be?
Man, I would say that he'd be a perfect Taskmaster. I don't know who Taskmaster is, but somewhere along the lines of like not super
Actually, yeah,
powered,
yeah, yeah,
but like tactical. You know, like one
yeah.
of
Oh, yeah, you're right.
like a Deadpool or like somebody like
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know anyone
It
else.
hasn't even been revealed who Taskmaster is, right?
Yeah, I don't know who Taskmaster is.
Wow.
Hopefully, it's someone cool, not somebody like
Oh man,
you know Aubrey Graham. Drake is actually Taskmaster. And you're
that's X. Hmm. That would be X. But you know, stream. The MCU is open. You know, Angelina Jolie's coming soon.
I heard about
In
that.
Eternals.
Yeah,
Who else?
Christian Bale is also
In
coming
Thor.
in soon. Yeah, uh,
Wow.
Shang Chi, dude, Saga Born.
Uh huh.
Let's go, dude.
Down
Like
the street,
that gives me hope that
dude.
maybe I'll be in the MCU. I already am in the MCU, but I don't play as big of a role. You guys know me as Ned in there sometimes, but uh,
Yo.
my number one line from Infinity War: "We're all gonna die." See that? You thought you were
That's,
watching the movie there.
oh shit, yo,
Yeah,
stream. I was like, damn, did I
no,
hit pause?
for real. Um, yeah, if you guys want my autograph, whatever, send me stuff and I'll sign it. Obviously,
Patreon.
Patreon, Patreon.
Ned's
um,
Patreon right here.
yeah. But yeah, in this movie we even get one of the good actors and bad guys. Personally, I don't really know much of his movies, but Baron Zemo in this movie
Yeah.
is a well-known actor that has done amazing work. So
Yes.
MCU, man, they have a way of like
Casting.
casting. Yeah,
Yep.
like casting really well. Like Charlie Theron is supposed to apparently is one of the rumors as Sue Storm.
Oh,
Uh,
stop.
yeah, yeah. John Krasinski is obviously one of the big rumors as Mr. Reed Richards, which is
Yep.
like really dope. I could totally see that because after
Yep.
watching like A Quiet Place, and it's not so humorous anymore, you're like, oh, this guy can act, bro.
Really, I haven't seen anything but The Office.
Yeah, and
John, I'll check you out.
yeah, what's his name in that one? Fucking Jim Halpert, right?
Yeah.
It looks in the camera, just like that. Every time Michael does
Wow.
something inappropriate. So, uh, but yeah, MCU has never shied away from giving us great actors. So hopefully in the future we're gonna see some crazy ones. And so let's continue on with this Civil War. Let's try to go as detailed as we can. There might be some things that we might dive into deep on this one. You guys might call me crazy, but I'm not Kanye West
Yet.
yet. Okay, George Bush hates.
Cut to Chris Tucker. Cut to Mike Myers. Oh shit.
George Bush doesn't care about black people. Um, it's crazy. Okay, so Captain America. This was came out 2014, and it was directed by Joe and Anthony Russo. There's no need to explain who these guys are because Endgame, Infinity War,
Yep.
Winter Soldier, is there
Yep. Oh my god.
Community, Arrested
Wow.
Development. These guys have made such great stuff, and
Yep.
I've always interested in how brothers work as a director because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like wouldn't there be a lot of creative clashes when it comes to doing scenes certain way unless they divide it and share it amongst the two of them in a like civil manner. There
Yep.
really is no other
Ooh.
way for it to
This guy says civil manner.
yeah, like there's no other way for it to go other than butting it. Like, can you see yourself working with Jason
Oh.
to make a movie? It takes a certain chemistry
Yeah.
of brothers to do that. And
Well, not a movie, but we have like talked about video games a lot.
mhm.
Um, Last time we talked about it, it was actually this is such a dick story, but
What does that
so
mean? What is a dick story?
well, this is why because when we were talking about this, we were in the outskirts of Italy.
Wow, okay. You're done. Yeah, that's a good that's your story's done.
It's so X, but like we were on the outskirts of Italy because my mom's like shopping for Louis Vuitton in an outlet, but you have to take a bus from the city to the outskirts because kind of like us when we go to Toronto
Yeah, that's
or
true.
people fly to Toronto like, oh, where's the Toronto Premium Outlets? Oh, it's the
It's
401.
yeah, it's it's like borderline Milton and Brampton. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's so X. So yeah, so we went to something like that, and then we were bored, and we're talking about video games. And see, the thing is, like, I guess when you're brothers, you know the strengths and weaknesses, like, and you can like, just say them, be like, that's shit, and it's easy to kind of,
It's true.
provide constructive criticism.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so we were talking about like video games and stuff, and it's like I don't know anything about like the coding and whatever like the technical part of it,
Hmm.
the engine and whatever. And he's like, yeah, it's doable, but with a team. And I'm like, oh, okay. I can't even like fathom what the production process
Yeah,
is.
like who do you hire first? What do you make
Yeah,
first? Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and whose specialty and what, and
yeah. Yeah.
But then on my side, it's like the concept side. He can't think of like, oh, what's a good concept of like, a bunch of like we're talking about a fighting game, right? It's like what's he's like, tell me one concept right now. And I'm like, okay, so Rob Ford is a character,
I'm
and
in.
he's got these moves.
I'm maining him. It's done. It's done.
Yo,
It's done.
it's yeah, he's kind of like Hagar based, where he's invincible. So it's Mayor Rob,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Can you
And
give him
so,
a foot dive, and then I'll make him.
yo, like a
Yeah,
like a flying foot dive.
yeah, yeah.
That's jokes. That's
It's a,
OP
it's
though.
instead of a pipe, it's a crack pipe.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's what I said, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
he's like, "That's stupid," and I'm like, "You don't know people."
You don't know people. People get hype on that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know what
like
you
you.
mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
You were like crack pipe. No, no, I mean like you just now. You were like crack pipe, and I'm like, we're working the same
yeah,
energy level.
wavelength. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, that's the difference. I guess like creative and like logical people that see data instead of people like we see
yeah,
colors and they see numbers, right?
yeah.
So
True, true.
Anthony and Joe Russo might have that kind of chemistry where one
Yeah,
excels when the other one is weak at, and
yeah,
vice versa. Then in
yeah.
term, it's like yin yang, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
just like perfect balance. Shout outs to Jason, man, one of the best Pepsi chuggers I've seen. Uh,
Holy.
dude, you've no idea. The coding, he's dope, but the Pepsi
Yo,
on
it's
another
like
level. Like,
down, down S for Frank.
oh yeah, it is the thing, and he wipes
Yeah,
his face after. Um, but yeah, so hopefully we're gonna see a lot more of Joe and Anthony Russo in the next saga. See how they
yeah,
handle more crazy stuff.
yeah,
But for now, let's enjoy Civil War and all the stuff they gave us. So the opening scene is pretty much one of the pivotal things in this movie, which is the scene, the mission report, December 16, right? 1998, where Bucky is retrieving the serum from the Starks. Well, we didn't know it was the Starks, um,
yeah,
but he goes and pretty much crashes the car, rips open the trunk, and gets the serum. So we learned that, well, after Cap, there was actually still some of the blue successful serum going around,
yeah.
right? Because we were wondering, like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
if there's still one out there that people might get their hands on, like Thunderbolt Ross or whatever. I
Yep.
guess not in the current world, but I guess that was the last one, 1998.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
And
like for this MCU, not like canon in the comics.
of course, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
In the comics, it's like some next shit. Like they're
everyone
always,
took the juice.
yeah. Everyone took their turn. They're just, like Natasha has a little bit. I think she
Yeah,
like puts it in her
it was
gums or
X.
whatever. It's like
It's
cocaine.
X.
It's like fucking like it's available anywhere in the MCU. It's much more scarce and which makes Cap a lot more unique in
Yeah,
that way.
it's our
Um,
guy.
but the Bucky theme is playing in this scene. We get to hear it again, which is the uh
That's
pretty
the one.
yeah, pretty crazy. Yeah, you guys thought you were I was playing the soundbite, right? But that was me.
Yo, that's crazy. Out of the mouth
how
into
does
the ear.
how does he do that? Oh my god. And then it cuts into the new Avengers team doing a mission in Africa, right?
Yeah,
This is in Africa.
yeah,
Uh
somewhere in Africa.
they're pretty much trying to track down Hydra remnants, aka Crossbones, Rumlow, that jackass. Uh, I
What
fucking
a
hate
dumb
that guy
name.
from the beginning.
Yeah.
Uh, and then the incident here is gonna be another point as to why the accords are being made. To what happened, but this whole action sequence was sick,
Cool.
sick as fuck. Because that
Yeah.
was the last thing we see in Age of Ultron was this team, right? Because he's like almost saying Avengers Assemble, and now we get to see them in a mission, and we're like, oh, that's not bad. The chemistry, the dynamic. Some of the people got upgraded. Finally, get to see the Falcon with his red suit,
Yep.
because back it was just black and white, and then he has his Red Wing,
Yes.
little drone. Uh, Red Wing is also from the comics, but he's an actual Bard. And if you know why I said Bard like that, shout outs to you guys.
Okay. Subscribers.
Yeah, we get one like from that. It's Mickey Rourke
Ooh.
himself. He's like, I like that.
I like the way he said butter.
Uh, This is way better to have it as a drone because in the comics he talks to the bird.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I
That's
mean?
not a that's not a power.
Yeah, and like, bro, you're going against Tony Stark in here.
Yeah,
Like, what is the actual
yeah.
bird gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna die,
Chirp chirp like
turn into fucking Loblaws chicken by the end of the day.
ooh
And fucking
surprise.
yeah, 5.99 by 9 p.m. She
Oh
has to go. Um, and he can also use his wings as a shield. So that was pretty cool to see. You know, he's like
yeah, yeah,
holding it up like that. It's a little
yeah,
nod that later on he's going to be using a different type of shield
yeah,
by the end of Endgame.
yeah. Oh, that.
Um, Cap and Crossbones face off. Uh, Crossbones is like, I've been waiting for this.
Yeah, yeah. That's not fair. He's enhanced,
Yeah, and
like
then he
geared up.
uses some sort of what is it?
It's
Powered
like
up,
hydraulic.
yeah, electric powered
Yeah,
punch thing to match with Cap's strength, but obviously
yeah.
Cap is,
That's
you
so
know,
lame though.
so like, but
Lame suit.
but this interaction was like a lot of fans were looking for this, considering Crossbones' interaction with Cap in the Civil War comic line. So for those of you that don't know, the Civil War comic line came out I think years before this movie, and a lot of people were trying to base it off that comic line, which is impossible because in that comic line, every single hero was like X-Men was involved. So in my head already, I'm like, they can't do that. They gotta make their own. But
Yeah.
this was still cool to see that Crossbones was in it. And if you don't know, in the comics, Crossbones is the one that killed Cap at the end, after he came out from the trial when he finally signed.
Whoa.
Crossbones shot him, sniper. Boom.
Whoa, that's crazy. And he was dead from then on.
Yeah, Cap died in that line, in that comic line. It was one of the first times they killed off Cap, which is pretty crazy. Imagine if
That's
that has how it ended here, of Cap dying
Sarge.
from assassination.
Sarge.
I would.
They would have to introduce time travel right away because I need Cap in this movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would suck, man. Going against Thanos and stuff. Like if Cap died earlier on in the saga, that would suck.
Yeah.
But no, but there wouldn't be anyone that has died so far that would be like, you know what I mean? Imagine if Quicksilver was here, would he make a difference? You know what I mean? I always think about that. And it,
In this like movie or
in the saga in
oh,
general, because like
mm,
he's the only one from the good side that has ever really died.
yeah,
All the people that
that's
has
true.
died so far is all bad guys,
That's
aside from
true.
Tony, until Tony and later on until Endgame where
Oh,
everybody dies, right?
so you think they were like teasing it because they teased Pepper dying, but
Oh
then she came back
yeah,
fully in life, right? And you're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, thank
yeah,
God. But
yeah,
then you're like, ooh, gotta watch out, Marvel, because
yeah.
they're gonna kill someone I like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, to me, that's what my first interaction was when I first heard that they're doing Civil War. I was like, "Oh, they're gonna kill Cap,"
Oh,
because,
that
um,
would have been crazy.
yeah, 'cause when I read Civil War, I got really cheesed at that when they killed Cap. I was literally like 18-year-old boy yelling at the
Paper.
screen.
Oh, this guy torrented it.
Yeah, dude. You think I fucking bought comic books, guy?
That's true. That's true.
Hell no, that's
Yeah.
cheap as
What are
fuck.
we?
What are
We're
we?
not white guys.
White? Yeah.
We're not white guys.
Yeah, dude. No, if you can't put it on a fucking um
Yeah,
shelf, what's the point of keeping it, bro?
yeah,
Remember George Costanza? I want my book back. What's the point? You read it already. Yeah. So what's the point? You're done. I was like,
yeah. He's got a point.
he's got a point, dude.
He's got a point. Holy shit.
um,
Films.
but yeah, so they blow up part of the building. But in the process, they also save people on the lower ground, right? It was either blow it up right there and there with in front of Cap and
Yeah,
potentially
yeah,
kill
yeah,
Cap and
yeah.
alongside the market. Like this is where the
That's true.
conflict starts when it comes to signing the accords or not, where
Yeah,
casualties casualties have to happen, right? Or sometimes you can't.
you can't avoid it, right?
Yeah, you can't
Yeah,
avoid.
Yeah.
casualty. Um,
Damn.
but this is crucial because 11 Wakandans were in that building. So this is one of the reasons why uh, T'Chaka
Oh, really? In the hospital ward?
in the hospital ward, yeah,
Oh shit.
where
Okay,
that
okay.
incident happened. So because the news section later on says 11 Wakandans were whatever, and that's why they decided to come in, further expanding the MCU universe. And so this is the incident that they used in the MCU to strike up the Accords. In the comics, it was a school, elementary school, that blew up. So it's much deadlier because it was like children.
Oh my god. How do
Yeah,
you give that to children to read? It's like your school might blow up.
yeah. It was
Like
actually
yikes.
like it was because of the new Avengers, new kids.
Yeah.
They wanted to do a reality TV show, and Speedball was like, "I'm the cool new superhero." And then they went up against a bad guy that had nuclear powers, and they couldn't contain it and blew up a whole neighborhood.
That's
And
crazy.
then they had to sign or whatever with the government. So pretty crazy
Whoa.
here. Almost parallel, also both explosions, but in this one is also just as bad.
Yeah.
And then they cut to Tony showcasing the barf, um, the
That was
augmented
cool.
reality. Yeah, very cool graphics, dude. They made young
Yeah,
Tony Stark.
yeah,
Holy shit,
yeah.
that was like
I like
believable as fuck.
I like actually because this is one of the first times we've seen this kind of like youth reduction or like old age reduction technology,
Yeah,
um, like mastered in such a this I don't know is such a I don't know prominent scene, right?
yeah. Like
And
it was bold too because of how close that face was to the screen.
yeah,
Where it's like they're not afraid of like trying to
yeah,
hide it in the back. Where it's like, man,
yeah. We got medium shots of like Hank Pym, young Hank Pym, but like this is like full. Oh, so crazy.
yeah,
And he's like, there's two of them in there too.
yeah, yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. Like that whole thing.
Yeah,
Because the next time we see that being done, MCU is Kurt Russell in Guardians 2, and they did
yeah,
an excellent job with that one too. But in this one, even the body, the whole movement, everything from Robert Downey Jr. seemed like that was actually him
yeah,
as a young, is it 20 years old? He was 18 or something like that, right? Like he
yeah.
was just,
So young. Holy, that's
yeah,
crazy.
that's crazy, man. We learned later on that this technology was actually made by Quentin Beck, aka Mysterio, and he was backstage at this time going, "Barf? You you named my he named my creation Barf."
Oh my god! Wow, what an important
um,
scene.
yeah. And then we also learned that this isn't just some sort of projection. This actually like hijacks like your fucking brain or
Yeah,
whatever, right? Where the things
yeah.
that you see are actually embedded in your mind. So it's a combination of both projection and perception.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
How do you make that? That's fucked.
Yo, well, he's blessed by the space stone. That's why.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess. I mean, he's had enough uh exposure to like cosmic,
Yeah,
unexplainable things that to him now his
yeah,
mind races. And like you can't question Tony's intelligence, man. That guy's fucking
yeah.
smart. Didn't you know that he Tony Stark built this in a in a
The car.
cave with a box of scraps?
In the stream. That's like a sound clip right there.
Dude, absolutely. That and Loki's that one is the best, dude. The best.
Oh shit.
Um this scene is important because this was really crucial in Tony's relationship with his father, parting relationship with
Yeah,
his father, and how he never got to say goodbye. And so we learned that this projection wasn't actually real. This is what he wanted to happen.
yeah,
This was his ideal parting ways. That means that whatever happened that night was actually much worse. He
yeah,
probably never got to. He probably didn't even know they were leaving. You know, he's
yeah.
probably still sleeping.
Oh yeah.
Right? This makes mission report that much harder. Uh, like hits that much harder for Tony.
They went there. Oh my god.
They went there. That was pretty crazy how they went like. And to me, I was like, ooh, dude. Like by that time, you're like, you really can't blame Tony
Yeah.
for like getting that cheese, right?
Yep.
Um, and then Pepper is also absent from the presentation.
Yeah.
And this is one of the concerning things that MCU fans were uh, going on about because they thought that, oh, he did she did get a mention in Age of Ultron, but it was very quick. It was just she's busy with Stark Industries,
Yeah.
which could still be the reason why she wasn't here. But Tony's reaction was a little too deep on that one. What did you think about that?
Yeah. It looked like you caught him in a mix-up, right?
Yeah,
He's like, oh,
yeah, yeah. It's kind of like,
left, no, right.
and Tony still has some like inner demons that he's still trying to handle,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially from Ultron because that was his
Yeah.
creation. And he messed up and all that stuff, which is another reason why he wanted to sign the Accords. And
Yeah.
also, Pepper not being there, he doesn't have uh, anybody to oppose the devil's advocate of his own demons, telling him,
Yeah.
bringing himself down.
Yeah.
Pepper's usually the one that's counteracting the whole Tony being a downer type of thing.
That's
So
true.
definitely doesn't help in this time. Woman who lost her son in Sokovia meets Tony down in the basement. That's a pretty emotional scene.
Yeah. He thought the way she took out the picture and then the way he grabbed her, I was like, oh my god, this movie is like it's tugging.
Yeah, dude.
You know,
Cause like
they,
to Tony,
they're
it was
going
like,
there.
"You want to kill me?" He's
Yeah.
still like, she's like, "Nah, man, I'm not like that, son."
Yeah. Yeah. Man,
Crazy.
that's yeah. What a dialogue too. Like, is that how it went down
In the
in
comics,
the comics?
yeah. So this scene was also in the comics.
Okay.
Uh, pretty much the same woman going up to Tony, and except her son was in the elementary school. And her
Yeah.
son was Damien, stuff like that. So yeah, the scene was taken from that, but it's just as like powerful and further justifies Tony's reasons as to why he's signing the
Yeah.
Accords. Pretty crazy on that one. I mean, this is just like the first 10 minutes of the movie, and we're
So
getting
heavy
we're
already.
yeah
Holy crap.
we're getting a lot of like blame the Avengers type of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, then we finally get to see Thunderbolt Ross come back after what is that, 6 years? Yeah,
Yeah. It's the
2008.
Hulk. Yeah.
Yeah, 2008 to 2014. And he's the bad guy, sort of, in this one. He's a jackass in this movie that drops the Accords on a team, and it's like a size of a Bible.
Yeah.
Um,
Or more. I've never seen a Bible that thick.
yeah, and and
Yeah.
and you know that Thunderbolt Ross is the head of like global security or something like that for
Yeah.
like the world or something like that. So global or something like that. I don't know. They don't
For the
mention
world.
his daughter, which is kind of a
Yeah.
shitty thing. But
Sucks.
it's not
Yeah.
like Hulk is there. But he does mention Hulk, where he's like, "Do you know
Yeah.
where Banner is right now, or Thor?"
Where the
And
world
it's
is.
like, man,
Off world.
yeah, not available. Um, and then this is where the tension builds in terms of like guilt because he shows all those
The
the
clips.
footage. Yeah, New York
Oh man,
City.
what a jerk.
Yeah, dude. This
That's not
guy's
fair.
this guy's like showing everybody like, and Cap's like, oh, that's enough.
Yeah,
Like, what did
enough.
you? Oh man, this was so like this is such a hard scene to take because like these are the dudes that you've been watching through these years, and they're like, man, it's so cool. They're like saving all these people, and then this guy comes
Yeah,
in, and he's like, they're saving people, but they're also making a mess out of it.
yeah.
But if you think about it, man, their alternative in fucking New York City was to bomb the city.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know what I
So you
mean?
can't say that it's their fault, but then I don't know. Like it kind of was their fault.
Yeah, it was.
You
It
know,
was. Yeah.
because Loki was there. They got had the space stone, and
Yeah. Like
you know,
it was the root of all the things that happened was honestly
yeah,
because of them. right? And Jarvis says that something like that later on.
Yeah.
Um, Sitting on the left, so if you look at the table, sitting on the left side, we get Rhodey, Natasha, Cap, and on the right side, we get Falcon, Vision, Scarlet. This is a
Yeah.
little foreshadowing of who gets being snapped out in Endgame or not, because the ones on the right die,
Okay.
the ones on the left live. And Tony is sitting away
Interesting.
from the table, much like he's away on another planet when the snap happened. But he's on the left side because he lives. Yeah,
Do they plan that?
I have
Do
no,
they know that? Oh my god.
I have no idea, but I maybe, dude. I mean,
Or is it because they scene for scene, like you can't, it would be awkward to have Natasha and the Falcon in the same scene. You know what I mean? Like as a clip.
why? Oh, why? Because it's
Because
interracial.
no, exactly. Wait, I guess they work with each other, but
They
I don't
did,
think
yeah.
I've ever
Winter
seen.
Soldier. Yeah,
Hmm,
yeah.
let me think of two people who are weird in a scene together. Oh, okay.
Cap and
Bucky.
Wanda. Okay.
No, they work together. You
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah. True. 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 True.
So Bucky and Ant-Man.
That'd be pretty weird. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So maybe they're like for the trailers and for general viewing purposes, we're gonna segregate all of you.
All you weird guys, and then all
Yeah,
like the main team guys on one
yeah,
side. Yeah, I guess so. Because if you really
yeah,
think about it, Rhodey, Cap, Natasha, and Steve, they sort of have the more grounded powers compared to Wanda and Vision.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true as well.
Um, we get introduced to Baron Zemo.
Yes.
Finally seen. I forgot his actor name or can't remember where else he's from, but I know that he's good as an
He was
actor.
in Inglorious Bastards.
Ah,
Yeah. Oh, he was so good in
dude,
that one.
yes.
Oh my
Oh my
god,
god, I
that
love
the
that movie.
creepy,
That's
the
such a
creepy dude,
yeah.
the soldier. Oh my god.
That's such a good movie, guys.
Yeah.
I love Oh man,
Oh, it's
I
so
can't wait
good.
till we get to fucking X-Men because remember that scene in First Class where it was like Inglorious Bastards, where Eric was like he was pretending to be a Nazi soldier. Oh, dude, First
Oh
Class was
yeah.
fucking
Oh, so
crazy.
good. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
We'll do that one.
because Eric was
Fuck.
just like, fuck Nazis,
Hua,
fuck
hua.
Germans.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
dude.
Knife skills.
He was one of the first Jew killer.
Yeah.
Sorry, the Jew bear. What is it called again? What's his name? From
Jew bear.
Inglorious Bastards, the guy with a baseball bat.
I forget.
I forgot. He has like a nickname or whatever.
Don't clip that stream.
Shouts to all the Jewish people out there. Madeline.
He knows one. Let's go.
It was what I know two, but
Oh,
he
some celebrity.
he whooped my ass in Marvel 2 when we were kids, and
You never talk to him again.
never talked to him again.
Yo,
Because his
this
team was
guy.
full Street Fighter, bro, and it's cheesing me.
Oh,
You get beat by Ryu, Ken, and like Kuma on Marvel
yuck.
2.
Yuck.
You gotta cut
It's a
ties with that. Yeah,
fraudulent ass team.
fraudulent team. Anyways, let's get
Speaking
back.
of teams,
Let's get back. Speaking of teams, Baron Zemo makes his own team. He uses the leaked information from
yeah,
the Winter Soldier movie, the one that Natasha put out into the world,
yeah,
to pretty much find out what's going on and to take revenge
yeah,
on the Avengers because his family was in Sokovia.
yeah.
Um,
And they didn't get out. I
so
thought they
this,
got everyone out. What the fuck?
well, his family was on the ground, remember? So he said that he said we live a few miles out. We thought he would be safe. They're fighting in the
Oh,
city, but
yeah,
debris. The whole city had to come down, regardless
yeah,
of
that's true.
how many people they get out, and people under that city. I'm sure
Oh yeah, they didn't even talk about that.
there's a few hundred
Shit.
that it got dropped on. Right?
Right. Oh, and then I mean, yeah, they did show like the scene of Sokovia coming down,
Yeah,
and people are running away from the.
yeah,
Right, right, right,
yeah.
right.
And then
Shit.
the old woman with the son, she's like, sorry, Tony Stark when he put up the photo of the kid, it's like this is the kid, and we dropped the building on him. We dropped a city on him. So that was what happened to Zemo's family as well, which is why he's
Shit.
trying to get all this information. So he got the red book, which has all how to activate Bucky, which is the user manual.
That's
Yeah, you don't
crazy.
don't leave the product and the user manual separated, man. You gotta have them both. Um, yeah, and he kills the guy pretty gruesomely, upside down drowning technique. That was pretty. Yo,
Like a slow death.
Yeah,
Right?
Marvel's getting
Uh,
deep on this one. You know, you
yeah, what
just
the
can't
fuck?
put a
You
bullet in their head.
like you have guns in this movie, right? But that's it tells you the kind of like villain that Zemo is. He wants you to like feel the pain and
Mm,
it's just character building. Holy
yeah,
shit!
yeah, and it's also good that we have a villain that is motivated by something other than greed, power,
Yeah,
domination. This is just
revenge.
revenge.
Holy
Yeah,
crap!
he's motivated by the death of his family,
Yeah,
and you really can't blame a guy for acting this way because that was everything that he had.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, pretty crazy. Um,
Is he military?
I believe so. So I think he
He's
said he
special.
was. Yeah, he said he was like spec ops or something like that, intelligence. So it's a lot of like espionage. I
Yeah.
guess that's why he was
Wow.
so good at infiltrating and like blending in. He even had pretending to be Bucky, right, to blow
Yeah.
up the embassy
Yeah.
or whatever. And then this also plays in the roots of like technically Zemo wouldn't have a weapon unless Natasha didn't leak the documents out. So this again,
It's
this
the
roots back
Avengers.
to them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
this problem.
True.
Even an outside threat has weapons because of them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wow. That's
right.
true.
Um, and then we go back to the Accords, and this is where Jarvis makes that logical decision by saying we should sign because their strength brings challengers,
Yeah.
and challenges bring war or catastrophes or something like that. And
Yeah.
so he's pretty much saying is that the more power people are being discovered on Earth, the more powerful forces are wanting to come and challenge
Yeah.
Earth, which makes sense because Thor says this in the first Avengers when he said, "Having the Tesseract is a signal to all the realms that Earth is ready for a higher form of war." So if you do have, and Vision's fucking head has a
Yeah.
fucking stone on it. That's pretty much inviting people to be like, "Come, let's get it." You don't
Yeah.
become the Marvel champ. You don't gonna get DMs telling you the first to 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone is like, yo, I'm coming in hot into your city.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's put a target on your head, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Money match right now.
Mm.
All of it. 3K easy. First to 20.
Yeah.
We'll take it all the way to 39 games.
Let's go, Steve.
Woo!
Oh man, it's all right, Steve. Keep your head up, Steve. Ah,
Yo,
damn.
heartbreaking. Heartbreaker, you got the best of me.
um, but what did you
And
think? If you were in that room, would you have signed? Would you have not signed?
oh man, definitely not because
Team Cap.
I'm on Caps Team Cap side for sure
Hmm.
because I was on Team Cap side until I realized that he was hiding, that he knew that Bucky was the one, you know.
Yeah.
So at this point in the movie, I was like, "Yo, Cap's right. Like, if we sign this, we give up our right to choose, or something like that."
Yeah. It's true.
So, uh, in that sort of philosophy, it's gotta have some sacrifices.
Hmm.
And this was like his mistake and Wanda's mistake, or like mostly his mistake, really.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so much like more impactful that he wants to oppose it because it was his fault. Because you know,
Yeah.
dude was like, "Bucky's alive," and you're like, "What?" And then he had time to set off the bomb. So
Yeah. Like coming from Cap's point of view, he makes really good, compelling points, but it's the same thing, right? With like different minds. Like one is seeing data and one is seeing emotions. Where it's like yeah, Bucky on paper is the one who killed Tony's parents, but was it really Hydra because they're the ones who manipulated and controlled him, through
Yeah.
hypnosis? Uh, and Bucky, does he feel remorse? Like, you know what I mean? There's so many things. It's very subjective when it comes to trying to argue with this type of thing. And so, and Cap is alone. That's been his number one thing from the beginning was he's been the man out of time. And there's no one else like that around to really, you know what I mean? Like every
Yeah.
single thing that he says or does always relates to how, hey man, I'm just a kid from Brooklyn in the 70 years ago. That's me.
Yeah. He literally hasn't changed, like
Yeah.
in the character as well, and that's why his relationship to Bucky is just like, they call each other Bucky or Steve. They don't go Winter Soldier, Captain America. Like this is Steve and Bucky.
Yeah, this
Not
is
not
yeah,
even James Buchanan.
yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah.
even James.
It's Bucky.
Bucky.
It's Bucky
Yeah.
Barnes. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So if I called you like Chewy all the time,
yeah.
like,
Isn't that what they told you to call me the first time you met me?
yeah, and I was what a jerk. Whoever that was. What a dick.
Who was that? Wait, what did that person say?
They said, "Oh, and that's Chewy." And then I saw your name tag. It said Chewy, and I was
Yeah,
like, "Oh, hey, Chewy."
yeah. I think that was Viller. I think that was Viller.
Of course it would be. It would be.
Shouts to Viller. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Their
What a flake.
their dishes and whatnot. Uh,
Yo, what a slob. Yo, roast this man. Make this man a man. Not in my house, though.
oh
Not in my
man, not in
house.
my house. Not in my house. Not in my house. Chill with them.
Jeez.
Don't live with them.
Jeez.
Uh,
That's jokes.
but it's true. Later on in this movie, we get to see them like buddy up, and it's really nice to see that Cap has finally somebody to. Uh,
Somebody to love.
yeah,
Like Justin
somebody.
Bieber. Somebody to love.
Oh wow! I love how you fucking reference Bieber instead of
Yo.
Queen.
Oh, man. Well, Bieber's version is more lit.
Is it? Oh man, don't please, guys, don't cancel us for saying things like that.
Usher was there.
Because Usher was there. Usher was
RAYMOND.
um, but yeah, so they talk over, and pretty much the sides have been made in terms of who do you think is gonna sign and who's not gonna sign. But then Steve gets a call, sorry, not a call, text message saying she passed away in her sleep, and you're like, oof, who the fuck?
Who
And
who texted
Peg,
that?
I think it was Sharon Carter, that
No, it wasn't.
or somebody, maybe the
Falcon, maybe?
nurse, the
Oh,
nurse that was looking
yeah.
after Peggy Carter, but she passes away in her
Oh,
sleep.
it's heavy.
And to cap, this is like, Peggy was one of the last people from his era,
Yeah,
and he's like, man, I'm really alone,
yeah.
uh, um,
Oh my
in
god.
this year, and that was really crazy. He was one of the pallbearers, and he had like just pain in his eyes while he's like fucking
Yeah,
going down that aisle, and
yeah.
like the old picture of Peggy Carter was there, and he's like, oof, still a babe.
Oh my
Man,
god,
that's
what
a
a
babe.
10.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
they said what a
Nice
10.
pick. Good fucking choice of picture.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
in this scene, people are arguing that there are two Captain Americas.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do
So
you
like
think?
the
What do you think
last
about
guy.
that?
Oh, I love that theory.
Yeah.
I want that theory.
you you want that theory? Yeah, because if you look closely on the left, bottom left, there is a
Yeah.
white-haired,
Yeah.
older gentleman there that's also carrying uh, a casket. And
That's
in Endgame,
yeah.
that kind of looks like old Cap's head.
Right? Right?
Yeah,
And
which kind of loops
you
things
know,
back and kind of makes sense.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
And that's why it was all like preordained that this would happen, and that's why that cap was there, right?
What do
And
you? Yeah. Sorry. Go on. And
you, you know, Cap is the first Avenger. So,
it's true.
like before, I mean, Thor was born before this, right? Whatever.
Oh yeah, but he
But
wasn't an Avenger. He was just
yeah,
Thor.
it's
Yeah.
just he's already like the Prince of Asgard.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He's just a nice add-on,
Yeah. Absolutely.
but he's
Um,
the first Avenger.
mhm.
So you could argue that this whole like Infinity Saga is about him, right?
Yeah. They're closing it off, looping it back from the
Yeah.
first and the last,
Wow.
because his ending was the last ending for
Yeah.
Endgame. It wasn't Tony's funeral. It wasn't the last scene. It was
Yeah.
him dancing with Peggy Carter. So yeah, you might
Yeah.
be you might be right. Stream. Let us
Yeah.
know. I keep saying stream, guys or commenters or whatever. Let us know what you think of the white haired dude, Paul
Yeah.
Bearer. I think that would be
Yeah.
pretty crazy if later on they pull out a reveal and
Oh
he
my
like
god.
looks back and it's
It's old Steve. That
it's
would
so
be
Steve,
sick.
right? They'll be
They
like,
could film that still.
oh, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, they can make that happen,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
But let us know what you
Oh shit.
think about that theory. The theory is going around like crazy, and
Yeah, I love
like
that one.
a lot of people. I don't know if that ever went to Joe and Anthony Russo, if that was something that was ever addressed by them, but maybe we'll see more of that in the future. I don't know, because
Yeah.
maybe we'll see old Cap in the next saga. I don't
Oh
know.
man.
There's so many things, right? Um,
Let's go, Steve.
Cap takes further advice from Peggy Carter's eulogy about standing his ground and saying, "No, you
Yeah.
move," right?
Oh yeah.
Standing
Yeah.
like a tree, where he's like, "Hmm, that is true." And a couple times in this movie, people do tell him to move.
Yeah.
Black Panther in the airport, move, Captain. He's like, nah. While he's fighting Tony Stark, he's like,
Yeah.
move, move,
Oh
move.
shit.
So I guess not moving is a Captain America trait, much like how Bucky asked Falcon to move his chair, and Falcon said no. Maybe.
Ooh. Oh my god. Yo, foreshadowing.
Let me know if
Here
that's too
we go.
deep. That's
Come
we're
on, they
gonna
definitely saw that in the writers' room.
yeah.
They're like, why is this dialogue funny? Because
There's a
he's the
deeper meaning to
future.
that. There's a deeper meaning to that. Absolutely. I think we should name this channel into Kush Chronicles. Kush
Oh
Block
shit.
Chronicles, dude.
Oh, Kush Block Chronicles. You know how many videos, I mean views, our videos will get from that?
Yeah, because they're all looking for Kush.
Yeah.
That's not a bad name, though.
And Chronic, they're also looking for Chronic.
Oh,
These stoners,
dude.
man.
My
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. We will be
Genius.
found. What's that song by Maroon 5? We will be found. No, that's
You,
a
we will,
different
you'll be,
song.
what? You will be loved, isn't it?
Beauty queen of only 18.
That's
That's kind of creepy,
you
actually.
will be loved, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beauty queen of only 18. You ever say that out loud and out of context? And you're like, ooh, that's
Well,
where we vibe.
Adam Levine was like pretty young. I guess he was like 20 at that point, so it's okay. But you can't sing it now at a
Oh, but like,
concert when you're like 40.
no. He's like 40 now or something. Beauty queen. Oh, no, don't sing that one.
Yeah, I have to say Beauty Queen of 29. You have to say that now to make it less creepy.
29,
Yeah.
was she a divorcee?
Yeah, make it less creepy. Right.
Word.
I was thinking about Lazy Sunday. That's what I was thinking.
Oh.
Lazy Sunday. Wake up in the late afternoon. Call Parnell up to see how he's doing.
What the hell? What song is that?
You know, the chronic what
shit.
calls on Narnia. It's the chronic what calls
Oh,
of Narnia.
nice.
But yeah, so Cap takes further advice from that song, the SNL song, Andy. It's
Andy
this,
Sandberg?
yeah, it's the song that they parodied in The Office, the Scranton City.
Oh,
when they're doing the raps, Grand City or whatever. Um,
Yo, multi-level.
multi-level references, too much, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, then it
It's
cuts
pop culture.
into the embassy, for the assembly of the world. So this is supposed to be where the accords are being finalized, and all. How many countries were there? 100 something countries, 80 something countries.
160. I don't know what the MCU UN is, but isn't
Yeah,
it like 160?
shitload of
Could be right.
countries. They come and pretty much agree on the accords. Uh, Pretty much to start the whole thing of no more privatizing world peace, much like what Tony Stark did in
Yeah.
back then. I just successfully privatized world peace.
Yeah.
Um, but now it's going to the government, uh, but it gets bombed, and it's important because this is where T'Chaka dies.
Yo,
Ooh. And it was a really
that's
nice
heavy.
moment between him and T'Challa, which was like, he's like, and he's like,
Alex.
word. Well, dude, that's what it sounded
Oh,
like. So what am I
oh
supposed
my
to do?
god.
That's not racist because I was actually accurate in what it sounds like. If I was saying, oh, he said Wakanda, ching chong, that's racist. That's ignorant and
Yeah,
racist.
dying.
But I was actually pretty
Yo,
accurate.
what a gem. Yo, if you found this clip, stream,
You gonna cancel
yeah,
me?
I got hit.
Dude, let them come. But yeah,
Yo, stream, I was not expecting such a like
I think I said
similar to
I got hit.
T'Chaka. I was not expecting that explosion.
Of accuracy and how.
Yo, what is this? 2 hours
How is.
already? Like,
Oh man. But yeah,
oh
the
shit!
Wakandan language is actually based off the South African language that Nelson Mandela is fluent in. So pretty
Really?
cool. Yeah.
That's
Uh,
sick.
so it actually can be fully translated in that dialect. Pretty crazy.
Very nice.
Which I guess kind of reflects on Nelson Mandela being uh, the king and leader of Africa in
Hell
comparison
yes.
to T'Chaka, who is the king of Wakanda. Um, and T'Challa is heartbroken because that's his papa,
Yeah.
that's Panther Pappy. Ash. Uh,
You serious?
what? That's
Oh shit! That's
that's
so good. Panther Pappy. I gotta change my Instagram handle.
Panther Pappy.
Shit.
Yeah. And then T'Challa says to Black Widow, he says, "Death is not the end." And then he describes a plane where you can run forever. And we later find out
That's
that this is the astral plane.
yeah.
Later, where the old kings, old passed away kings, are. That's where
That's
they stay.
crazy.
Pretty
Yeah.
crazy, right?
Now, is that the same astral plane as the one Doctor Strange accesses?
That's a good question. I don't know, but it could be one of them.
Yeah.
I feel like Doctor Strange would have access to that
Yeah.
plane. It's probably like there's probably like a terminal. You know what I mean?
It's,
Like an airport. And it's like, where are you going? I'm going to the Wakanda astral plane. But
oh, where is they got that nice purple haze like all over?
yeah, they have these herbs, dude, and we're gonna burn it all. That's what he
Oh
said.
my god! Burn it all!
Anyways, you want to come through, grab some chips. That's what he said.
Bring some
Yeah.
chips with the dip,
Yeah.
please. Aubrey, get in the MCU now.
Oh, dude, that'd be crazy. I don't
He's
even
in
know what to
Wakanda
say.
in the next one. Oh
Stop
my
it.
god!
I don't. What?
Yo,
Oh
come on.
my god. What is he gonna be? Is he gonna
I don't
be
know.
a warrior? I can't see him as a warrior. He's
No,
probably like
come on.
he's the rapper.
Man.
He's
Oh,
the
he'll replace and now the Panther or the
yo
yo he can replace
Forrest
him.
Whitaker. Oh
Yeah.
my
Oh my
god.
god, the worst role of his life
Uh,
probably.
the
My
strength,
god.
the strength of the Black Panther has been stripped away. That's
Oh,
pretty much what it was.
he
Yeah.
said. They
Oh man, he
don't
played the
have guns in
same. He
Wakanda.
played the same dude in Star Wars. That's
Oh,
what he did.
yeah, I know. That was so terrible.
Yeah.
My god.
Um, he's still a good
Mandalorian,
actor.
right?
I love. Nah, it was.
Oh, Rebel One, or Rebel.
No. Fuck, what is that? Rogue One. Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, yeah.
Rogue One. Yeah, yeah,
He was the dude in the cave, and he's like, "Who will you become?" I was
yeah. Oh, that's. Oh my god, yo! This guy is losing his identity
yeah,
day after day.
yeah.
Like, what is he now?
Because he's
God,
like
what is
half.
that accent?
He's only half awake. That's why.
Oh.
It's a
Oh
joke.
man, that's
Just
fine.
kidding. Just
That's
kidding.
fine.
That's
That is
fine.
fine.
I'm sure he's had worse. I'm sure people have called him worse.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're trying to keep it intellectual here, so
Absolutely,
I got
guys.
hit. I got hit.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Oh
the
my god.
ignorant. I'm the ignorant, inappropriate, and he's Ray is more woke in terms of making
No,
sure.
that's not true.
He's
That's not true.
just better.
I'm not the human resources here.
Are you? Are you human
No, no.
resources?
I'm more like shipping.
Shipping and handling.
Yeah. Shipping. Yeah.
Okay, so T'Chaka dies. Trying to go through this. Right? T'Chaka dies, and now we see Cap is trying to pretty much help or arrest Bucky. So this is the apartment scene. Crazy, dude. Those that
Oh yeah.
that
Oh come on.
the apartment scene was crazy. Where he's just
Yeah.
like,
The stairs. The stairway.
yeah, and the guys come in and like, the grenade comes through or the flashbang, but he like covers it
Yeah.
with a shield.
It's great.
And then he's like, I'm not gonna kill anyone. He thought he was gonna get punched, but he was just trying to get. I don't know why his bag was under the floor. That's a horrible
Yeah.
place to put a bag.
I know.
It's like
For
usually there's
cool
a
points.
yeah, usually there's a hook
Yeah.
near the door.
Near the door. Yeah. Oh my god. Like the door's right there.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
maybe he had some cushion there that he didn't want
Excellent.
anyone. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So
He's in Europe. Yeah. Yeah. It's
yeah,
illegal
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Took it
That
out.
sucks.
Noticed that
Sorry, Europe.
he didn't kill anyone in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He almost threw a guy off. And,
Yeah.
And Steve was like,
Come
"Come
on.
on, man."
Yeah, come on, man. Get your head in the game. We're not trying to kill anybody here.
Oh.
Um,
Get your head in the game. What is he? Troy and what's his name? High School Musical. Never mind.
Oh yeah, true. I
Corbin
too.
Blue.
Oh, there we go. I was gonna say Corbin Blue. I know him.
Not the
He's
character's name. Yeah.
the black guy.
Corbin
Corbin
Blue.
Blue's the black guy, and Troy is Zac Efron. Guys, I am fluent in High School
Wow.
Musical.
Wow.
Okay, I like fancy things. I don't know the full lyrics to that Ashley Tisdale song, but I know that it's super catchy, fancy, whatever. What is it called? I forget. The one that she sings when she's in the pool. She's talking about like
Oh yeah.
fancy
Oh
things.
yeah.
Yeah,
I know that song. That song's
I
cool.
just know that one song. I used to date a girl back
Wow.
in high school that loved all that shit, and so
Wow. Lucky you.
lucky me.
Yeah.
Well, if you're into that, yeah, lucky.
Oh hell yeah! I was like, oh, I need me a duet partner to sing this stupid ass song.
But dude, she stalked. Like she'd go to the airport when they came. Like she was one of those.
What do you mean?
Like, oh my god, the cast of Camp Rock is coming.
To
We're
the
gonna
airport?
Yeah, so me and my friends
Uh,
are gonna go to the airport and try to
That's
catch. Yeah,
X.
exactly. You know who you are. You're a crazy person. But I respect that because hey, people get obsessed, right? As long as they're not like, killing like John Lennon or whatever. Like, as long as you're not that guy. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
sure,
Don't be that guy.
don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
Don't kill it. Don't be a killjoy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Killed John Lennon.
Selfish.
People killed like famous people.
Yeah. That's why I don't like to go out.
Because you don't want to get killed. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I want to get killed.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I didn't know that you saw yourself in the
As famous?
same, as John Lennon or.
Oh man.
Oh
no
man,
idea.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for like.
You have no idea.
I know. That's why I'm waiting for you to say something. Like,
Oh man.
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
kidding. famous.
Hey, if
If you
you
recognize me on the street, please do not come up to me.
I wonder if you can make your own, like, if you can make your own what is that called again? Like, rumor that you're famous to a
Yes.
point where it actually makes you famous. You know what I mean? If you just act like I don't like going outside because a lot of people come
Oh
up to
yeah.
me and get my picture and stuff. People be like, why? And sooner or later
It's-
they just do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's why I'm trying to manifest it here in this multi-deal, 100,000 view per second podcast. Yeah, we can actually turn this into an audiobook for
Yeah,
people who want to get high and like listen to or want to know about dance.
absolutely.
That's
I'm
all
actually
right.
going to extract the audio from these and
Perfect.
put it on, like, the thing where, like, Spotify. I think people listen to
Oh,
podcasts on
nice.
Spotify, right?
Yeah. Oh, God,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
nice,
Uh,
nice,
I just want to get enough episodes, like, put a
nice,
chunk in there. But it's good.
nice.
Like, I think quality wise, audio wise, it's not bad.
Hell yeah,
And
dude.
it's only getting better.
We're gonna get that Spotify deal like Joe Rogan.
Oh, is that how he got it?
I think
He
he
gets he gets.
recently just got a Spotify deal.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Imagine
isn't that
that.
crazy?
This is all we do, dude. You imagine that?
Yeah,
Like, you
yeah.
just make
Just talk about stupid
movies and
ass.
shit. Yeah, like, just
Yeah,
random shit. Like, that's
it's
crazy.
true. Yeah, and then like shout out our like your exes and yeah,
I will never name them, though.
yeah. Well, they know who they
I
are.
act like as if I dated a lot of women. No, that's not true.
It's
Um,
true.
I've talked to a lot of women, but to date, it's very different.
Yeah. This is
Um,
pre-Instagram, you guys. Right?
yeah,
This guy knows
yeah.
the channels. This guy's like a veteran.
A veteran.
He's like,
Wow. I'm like,
in the trenches. They're
yeah.
like, "How do we get the radio?" I was like, "Here, take this potato and stick it with the metal."
Oh man, yeah. I'm
Morse
Thunderbolt
code.
Ross. I'm a veteran.
What are we talking
Anyways,
about?
yeah, let's go back to the let's go back to the movie. People on the podcast are like, "What the fuck is this talking about?" So yeah, so they go to the rooftop and they fight, and this is the first time we get to see Black Panther in full form, um, pretty much
Yeah,
fighting Bucky, and then you're like, "Holy shit, he looked really
yeah.
good, dude!" Like, the
That's
first time you see Black Panther, he looked really
yeah,
good. Like, the suit,
yeah,
the fighting style, you couldn't even hear his footsteps. Like, they got shit
yeah.
right,
It's a
um,
cat.
in that one. Yeah. And then he was getting shot by the chopper, and he wasn't even flinching. So that
That was
was,
crazy.
yeah, because you're like,
Like,
the
what
hell?
tech is that?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Because for all this time, we've only known vibranium as something solid and never flexible, never in a suit.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
just a shield, right? So to see that was like, oh, yo, this guy's OD. That shit
yeah.
OD.
Overdosage.
Yeah, that shit.
Yes.
Man, it's sad because, like, I wanted to play Infinite, you know,
Yeah,
like,
I know.
to main a Black Panther would be dope,
Yeah.
but sorry, sorry. That's
I
all
don't
I can
even want to
say.
say more things
Yeah,
about this shitty game.
yeah. Um,
Sorry. Sorry, Capcom.
but they get arrested after that, right? That was like, it goes down to the scene where they go into the
Yeah.
fucking, dude, that chase
Well,
scene.
that. Oh, man, dude. So there's no question that Bucky has super soldier serum.
Yeah, okay, we see it now in full effect.
Isn't
This guy
that crazy?
running.
He
Yeah,
intercepted an incoming motorcycle, picked it
one-handed.
up,
Yeah, he
and
just,
then
like,
rode it off.
yeah, he, like, twisted it and rode
Oh,
off.
man.
Dude, can you think about Cap turning the car over and it flipping, but then he runs out of it?
That was nuts. Yeah, I love seeing that scene. I kept replaying it. Oh, my God.
Because I was like, yo, like, this guy's just a beast,
Yeah.
dude.
How do they even make those scenes? It looks so real.
Ah, like flawless, like
Yeah,
seamless. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Even when, like, Bucky jumped from the apartment window to the roof, that looked
yeah,
like literally one shot, and I'm pretty sure
yeah,
that wasn't one shot because that
yeah,
was almost impossible. Because that looked real, like, he was him actually falling.
yeah. That was fucking crazy, dude. Yeah.
Crazy.
So this is actually, I guess, at this point, 14.
Yeah, 2014.
At this point, CG movies were not that convincing.
Yeah,
Like,
like
but
the
then,
the ones that came out that year.
yeah,
Yeah,
they like
absolutely.
didn't look this good. Like Iron Man at that time was the peak of CG like body armor, right? Like you saw Green Lantern, you saw what else?
Yeah,
Like those were bad.
yeah,
But CG, like, I was kind of skeptical about the Black Panther thing, but wow, it's sick.
yeah. And you notice that he doesn't have nano in this one yet. He still has
Yeah,
a helmet. He doesn't,
yeah, yeah,
because later on it just appears on himself. But these ones are still
yeah.
practical helmets, which were really cool. And would you ever buy one?
Uh, that helmet.
Yeah, like one of these Marvel helmets. They look pretty cool.
I actually would love one to wear out in the street for coronavirus because people are rocking some cool stuff,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm so basic. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, I'm only wearing like the regular hospital one,
Oh
and everybody
no,
has like designs on it, dude. I'm
I
like,
know.
yo, that looks so
Yeah,
cool.
like handmade and like stitched.
Yeah. And I mine like break sometimes.
Oh,
Like
that's the
a
worst.
bum. I
You
can't
are a
believe
bum.
I can't believe masks is now like something that you know what I mean.
Yo,
Like
I
we
know.
have to. Do you have a
Yo,
website? Do you have a website that sells cool masks? It's like,
no, it's all like Instagram friends, some fucking art school bitches who like sew things, and
oh yeah, it's true. It's always like
it's
that.
actually lit though. Like they embroider it and like sometimes with your name or like fucking
Put your name. What is that? An ID? Like, what the fuck? I don't want my name on
it's
it.
crazy. Yeah.
That's
Well,
crazy.
it's
I
it's
want like
crazy.
yeah, I want like a themed one, like a Marvel themed one.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ghost Rider.
yeah, 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 something like that. That's just so random out of everyone.
I want the top to be saturated. Like how torches light up,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
tiki torches. So I want the top to be all tiki torch, so you can light it.
yeah. Yo,
Look into my
that's
eyes.
penance. Oh man, and you
You are
fucking
guilty.
who was that one guy that Ghost Rider looked into and he didn't like? He's like, fuck this guy. I forgot who he was.
In the comics or
Yeah,
here,
in the comics, I think he was Punisher or something like that.
or maybe
He's like, you're fucked.
Neo.
Maybe Golden Boy Neo,
Yeah, yeah,
one of the best Phoenix players in the world.
yeah. Perfect.
Um,
Perfect.
perfect.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Any
but that scene.
yeah.
that
Anyways, where
scene.
yeah, the chase scene and then they get arrested. Really crazy scene. Yeah,
Took off his helmet. He's like Prince, and then someone bowed. I think,
yeah.
or
He
someone
said
did this, or like this. I don't know.
no. It was Rhodey saying Your Highness.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he said Your Highness, and then Cap's like, oh, this guy.
yeah,
You're the king of Wakanders, huh?
yeah.
Should tell to me.
Wonders.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
And
true.
he's like, your friend killed my father. He's like, gotta explain that later on, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my god,
Um,
what a tough situation.
that was a tough situation, and like you
It's the
really
first
can't,
10 minutes.
you can't blame T'Challa for taking on Tony's side because bro, his dad just died, man, and
Yeah,
this correlates to Tony's father being killed also by
yeah.
Winter Soldier, so they
Wow.
both lost somebody in that one,
Yeah.
Um, all their stuff gets confiscated, and Cap gets one last chance to sign the accords, and Tony busts out the old pens, I guess, trying to convince, or like trying to give nostalgia to Cap that these pens were from your era. Kind of like a nice little olive branch to the whole situation.
It's a little manipulative.
Yeah, a little manipulative, but
A little bit.
Cap wasn't having any
Yeah.
of that.
I don't like that.
Yeah, he's like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what
he
he
said
said.
that.
Yeah.
He
Uh,
wrote it.
he said, every time someone tries to win a war before it starts, innocent people die.
Yeah.
Every time. He says this in Ultron, he says it again. And then this is also where uh, Tony expresses his feelings that his dad always talked about him. Oh, you knew my dad? I didn't know that. Oh yeah, you did know him because all he ever talked about was you. Sometimes I just want to punch you in your
Whoa.
perfect teeth. I was like, yo,
Yo, I didn't know about this until he brought it up. I didn't know that his dad was always like, "Yo, Steve, this, Steve that," and
yeah.
I
Well,
didn't know that.
because he knew Steve when like to Howard Stark, they were all like young tales because Howard only knew Steve when Howard was young and single. So the stories must have been like, oh yeah, I knew him. He was Captain America, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? You can imagine all the stories being told
True,
about Steve.
true.
Um,
That's because he was a national hero.
yeah, because remember, because Steve initiated the conversation. It's like, oh yeah, Howard. I only really knew him as young and single, right?
Yeah.
And then that's when Tony's like, oh, you knew my dad? Oh, did you? Fuck you. Fuck you, son. Fuck Nick Cannon. That's what he said.
Fuck Nick Cannon.
Fuck Nick Cannon.
Just if you know that
Yeah,
reference.
shout out if you know that.
Yep.
I love Nick Cannon. Fuck you, son.
Oh man, you can't say that anymore. That
um,
sucks.
and then this is pretty much the last straw for Cap. Tony's like, fine, you're not gonna fucking sign this. You're going to jail, buddy. Confiscate all your things. Falcon's like, bird costume, seriously? And Sharon Carter's like, I didn't write it. Well, what would you write? Stream, let us know. What would you write on that report, right? Bird costume. What is it? Wings, mechanical wings.
I don't know. I would describe it.
Yeah,
What would you describe it?
yeah. But bird costume sounds a little silly, though. I gotta admit.
I mean, he is the Falcon, so it is a
um,
costume,
it's a bird. Bird.
and the
Falcons are
birds.
birds.
I can't say it's
Um,
a mammal. It doesn't fucking breathe like us.
uh,
I think.
Bucky is encased in a glass case of emotion.
Oh.
Shout outs to Anchorman. I'm trapped in a glass case of emotion. Uh, sorry. I gotta stop making references because he just like goes left all the time,
I'm dead.
which is funny because Paul Rudd was in that movie, and Paul Rudd is Ant Man.
Oh shit. Ooh, bring it
Yeah,
back. You brought it back.
I brought it back.
Brought it back like Blockbuster.
Yeah, I didn't get to rewind it though. Extra two
Rip.
bucks.
That's fine.
Um,
That's fine. Fuck that. I'm not wasting my time.
Zemo infiltrates the Avengers base by pretending he's the psychiatrist that's supposed to test the Winter Soldier, which we find out later on was actually supposed to be Joe Russo, another
Yeah.
cameo. Uh, this was his
They're almost
plan.
doctors
Yeah, he was a doctor in was
in
that
Endgame.
Winter Soldier and in Endgame as well.
Yeah.
Zemo activates Bucky via user manual Red Book
Oh
uh,
jeez.
with the signature words.
Yeah.
Do you remember? There's a bunch of them. I think there's like six, 7 words.
Uh, freight train.
Yeah, freight car,
Oh,
nine,
freight car.
benign. Those two I always know from heart.
Nine benign.
Homecoming
Freight car. Homecoming.
and something else.
I forgot the rest.
In the comics, he has one uh,
That sucks. Pineapple.
activation, Sputnik. That's
Oh,
what he said.
Sputnik. Oh,
Yeah,
that sucks. If you're
yeah,
in Russia, they're gonna say it like every 2 seconds.
yeah. You go to history class and they're like, "What's the first
What's he
Russian
doing there?
satellite?"
He's trying to learn Sputnik.
Yeah.
Oh, gotta
Oh,
kill
fuck! Kill everybody.
younglings. No,
Younglings, fucking turn on the
little
lightsaber.
Vladimir. No.
Execute Order 66. That's what he said.
Oh, that's sad. Rip.
Which one? Star Wars?
Yeah.
So Zemo activates Bucky, and you see that Bucky's able to escape from that prison, and this is only because he gets activated. Now, this is another like contrast on how his power levels change whenever he turns into Winter Soldier compared to
Yeah.
when he's just Bucky Barnes.
Yeah.
The inner rage and like almost beast like way of fighting is
X Factor.
significant. Yeah, practically level 3 X
Yeah.
Factor. Like he had
Yeah.
no cooldowns. Like he was fucking going ham on that glass. Like
Oh my god,
there's
that's
no
crazy.
fucking recovery frames. It's like this guy's not even. Yeah. Um, and then the whole point for Zemo was to release Winter Soldier, but more importantly for him to confirm or clarify where Mission Report December 16, 1996 was, which is pretty much his main document
Yeah.
to overthrowing or like creating this whole civil war
The
between.
drama.
Yeah, this guy
The
sipping the
receipt.
tea. That was the
Yeah.
tea.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
looking for the receipt and he was sipping this tea.
Yeah. He was. Yeah, my
Yo,
room
this guy
service had
is.
tea.
Oh, he pulled out tea. Was he drinking that the entire time stream?
Yeah, I was, yeah, from
That's
before.
crazy. I just noticed
Yeah.
that.
Maybe I am Baron Zemo.
Oh shit.
Mm.
Oh no.
Uh,
Oh shit. Winter Soldier right here.
oh, what?
Yo, who the hell is Bucky?
Who the hell is Ray? Like, it's like- if you guys don't know that Baron Zemo was actually from the comics as well, but he's a little bit of a sillier character. He wears like this purple jumpsuit, has a jetpack, and he has like a freeze gun. You
That's
know,
jokes,
imagine
man. I
if
wish.
that was what
I
he looked like
wish.
here. That would be pretty crazy. Um, in
You
here,
definitely
he's like,
laugh like, like,
yeah, like classic villain laugh, like you will die, Cap. Ah, ha, ha. Um,
like Skeletor. That voice is iconic.
it's like high pitched fucking. But yeah, so Bucky escapes pretty much the Avengers facility, and he goes, dude. He fights against Stark,
Yeah,
Romanoff, Sharon Carter, and T'Challa,
my God,
like in the
he's
hall,
strong.
like just barefisted, and this guy bodied pretty much all of them.
Yeah, this is before the vibranium arm.
Yeah, this is before
It's just
vibranium arm.
Soviet.
Yeah,
Soviet.
this is Soviet technology, and this is Winter
Okay.
Soldier activated as well, which is
Yeah.
the animosities there. He didn't even hesitate on shooting Tony Stark in the face. If he didn't have
Yeah.
that glove thing, he would have definitely gotten shot through the head because
It's crazy.
he's just like that. Um, even Natasha, she's like, at least tell me you remember me,
Yeah.
which is pretty crazy. It's either she refers to the Winter Soldier fight or refers to the fact that she
Got shot.
Um, yeah, she got shot before by Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Uh, and then we
That would be a
learn,
cool detail.
yeah, and we learn later on that Bucky, yeah, he does. I remember all of them. You know,
Oh.
remember like when they fight later on, yeah. But that doesn't mean I remember. I fucking love doing that. It was just the
Yeah.
trauma that he experienced.
Yeah.
You get to see the mind where it's like, imagine seeing your body doing all these things that you didn't want to do,
Yeah.
and you being labeled as a murderer, mass murderer because of it. Pretty crazy. Um, anyways, they
It's
fall
heavy.
into the water, and Cap returns the favor by rescuing Bucky out of the water this time, much like how
Wow.
Bucky rescued Cap after Winter Soldier out of the water. He's
Nice.
like, "Yo, I got you this time, bro. Don't worry." Although I don't know how you swim with a metal arm. You gotta like fucking
Dude, you sink. What the
yeah,
fuck?
like you gotta like
That's heavy.
yeah.
It's not like skin and bones.
Imagine Natasha had to bring Bucky out of the water. She can't. Like without a
Oh no.
super serum,
No.
you can't. Yeah, because Cap's been doing it. Yeah,
True.
yeah, pretty crazy. Maybe Bucky has like boosters on his arm. Just
X.
like
No, no. Or maybe it's lightweight boosters. I mean,
Puta ka na.
it,
Tupperware? Ano yan, man? Bamboo?
no, maybe. Oh no, it can't be because the way it interacts with other metals is like pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it punch, the shield.
Yeah.
It
Boing.
stopped bullets.
Yeah.
In the apartment scene, he
Yeah.
stopped a bullet with his hand, much like how
That's
Stark
great.
stopped a bullet. I mean, Stark stopped a bullet. That's pretty handy. That's not vibranium either, but that's pretty
True, 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 true.
strong metal,
Oh
whatever that
yeah,
was, like a
yeah. Whatever alloy this is, but
portable.
Stark's,
Yeah.
but Stark's thing is like new tech. This is old Soviet tech,
Oh
right?
yeah, that's true. You're right. Yeah, there's a
Yeah, old
difference.
detail. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, and it has
Yeah,
the same durability as new
yeah,
tech.
yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. The alloy.
Yeah,
Yeah. Ooh, so like
yeah,
that just goes to show that he was actually a special like Soviet concoction, right?
yeah, yeah. Winter
Wow.
Soldier. Yeah. Um, that's pretty crazy.
Wow.
I love that Stark thing where he's just like
Yeah,
whatever.
that was
It's like
sick.
a
He tutted.
portable thing. He did. He, oh yeah, he's
Yo,
like this.
he's a Jabberwocky. Yo, oh my god, that was trippy.
Yeah, it's tutting, guys.
See shapes all around. I got synesthesia, bitches.
This guy said anesthesia.
That's a synesthesia.
um, and then they put him on a big ass vice with his arm, and this
That's
is the
cool.
scene from the secret ending from Ant Man, where they kind of interrogate Bucky and make sure that he snaps out of it. And, he's good now, and he's saying some facts about Cap. He's like, "Yo, this guy used to be a loser, stall." Like, Cap, he's a waste man, bro. So he's like, fine, yeah, you're right, you are Bucky. You remember? um, then he talks about
Serious.
Baron Zemo's plan. What he thinks he's gonna do, which is he reveals that there are other Winter Soldiers out
Wow.
there that were also. So that's what the serum was for that he retrieved from the Stark's trunk. And it's interesting because he's one of six Winter Soldiers. So much like Cap, with the Avenger, he was the man out of time in that group of
True.
six people. Much like how Cap was the man of time in the Avengers group.
Oh, that's
Is that
so
is that
weird.
deep? Is that too deep?
That's oh my god. That is pretty well.
But I
They
guess
picked
they
the right
needed to.
number
Yeah,
for
they needed
sure.
to parallel both
Yeah,
of their lives, right? And how
but
like
but
almost
that's a
similar.
detail that I never thought of. What the fuck?
Yeah, pretty
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Because I didn't.
Wow.
To me, that was like, whoa. There's other people like him, and from what we know, they looked. I mean, obviously, they didn't. They didn't look, at all unique, or they didn't really have names. They didn't want to emphasize too much of it because later on we learned that they weren't going to come out anyways, right?
That
And it would
sucks.
be
Yeah.
pretty. I don't know. Would you have liked that ending to have those guys come
No.
out and fight? Yeah, it could look kind of lame. It
No.
looked pretty
Actually.
plain, right?
Yeah. I mean, another choreographed fight scene. Like there were so many in the movie already.
Yeah. Imagine if the five other Winter Soldiers come out and Cap, Bucky, and would have to fight them, and then happy ever after. No, that
No.
wouldn't.
Oh my god.
That's yeah. That sounds like a script that's like, you
Warner
know,
Brothers.
yeah, like they settled
Yeah.
for they settled for something as long as it ended on a good note, and I wouldn't have
Yeah.
liked that. So I'm glad that they didn't push that, but that was really interesting to see. Um, so right now, both teams feel like they're understaffed, undermanned, and now they have to go find some new members. And Falcon says, "I know a guy," uh,
Nice.
which
Nice.
if you guys are obviously following the MCU, you already know what that means. Scott Lang, that's his theme of him being the guy that you know, because that's what Hank Pym tells to Hope in the beginning. I think I found a guy. It's always like that, right?
He's just the guy.
He's just the guy. Like, oh, I know a guy. You know
Yeah.
that guy, right? When you need something, like, yo,
Yeah. I know a guy.
I need Kush. Yo, I know a guy. Yeah, I know a guy.
I know a guy. And sometimes that guy's you, but you know a guy.
Absolutely. It's like, yo, I need to get something from the roof. Do you have like a really long ladder? No, but I know a guy.
Yeah,
There's always a guy.
yeah.
There's always a guy out there.
It's like, oh, why? We're like
Yeah.
neighbors and we're the only ones on the street.
And Scott Lang is sort of like that, where he helps without really asking
Yeah,
a lot about what's happening. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's like, to
yeah.
him,
Like,
he was already down
yeah,
for the cause before Cap explained to him what they're really up against, right?
yeah.
So really, really
This
interesting
Cap,
to see. It's Cap.
Cap, Cap. Captain America.
That's what we call him. But dear,
Captain America. Yeah.
I love that
Captain
interaction and Ant Man too,
Cap.
because she's like Cap.
Yo, her face said that like you're not shit. First of all,
There's a bit of jealousy in there because it's like, really, Scott?
yeah,
Like Captain America
yeah,
asked for you? Like I highly doubt it.
yeah, yeah. And she was supposed to have the suit first,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
but just like uh, just like you know all his other roles, he's just a guy, so he's expendable to Hank Pym. So that's why at first he
Yeah,
was just a
absolutely.
guy.
Just a guy. Yeah,
So
and
you could sacrifice a guy. It's
but
fine.
he was more significant than we thought in
Yes.
Endgame.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Crazy. Crazy
crazy,
significant.
crazy. So they go get Ant Man, but Tony also goes and recruits something. And we go to Queens, and this is sort of the full introduction to everyone's been waiting for this guy to join the MCU. Pretty much join everybody else is
Yeah.
Peter Parker
Yeah.
with a very attractive aunt this time,
Uh-huh.
Marissa Tomei, who
Oh my god.
George Costanza went on a date with, even though he was already engaged to Susan.
Oh my god.
Are you
How could
watching?
you do
Are
that
you
to
watching
Susan?
Cousin Vinny again? Huh. Should be jealous. It seems like you're in love with Marissa Tomei. What? Oh no, I'm not in love with Marissa Tomei.
Yo, I can't believe stream. Come on. Like what kind of script does this? Just so most watched at the time, most watched television series
Yeah.
at this at that year and for many years.
Hmm.
Like they got George to date Marissa Tomei.
Dude.
Yeah.
And she was actually in there. She was actually in the episode. Fucking amazing, dude.
Short hair? Jeez.
Marissa Tomei, if you're out there, if you're single, let me know. Cause
Happy Hogan? Fuck him.
yeah, you don't want that. You don't want
I
Happy
want
Hogan.
happy.
You don't want Happy Hogan. You want mentally unstable Hogan. Sup? Sup, baby girl? Um
She's like, look, I
uh
can change you.
but this was really interesting for Marvel to do because they said, no, fuck origins.
Yeah.
Everybody knows how Spider-Man got his powers. Do we really need to say that for the nth time once more? I mean, no matter how you change the characters or change the people, change the age, some of the things, you can never change the fact that yes, at the end of the day, all of them got bit with spiders and all of them
Yeah.
turned. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've seen it. Like, come on. There's
Yeah.
so many iterations.
Even if you're not a comic book fan, you know how Spider-Man
Yeah.
turned
Yeah.
into the superhero. You don't have to fucking. Oh, I wonder what happened. Did you just have sticky gloves? No, bro. You got bit by a spider, radioactive
Yeah.
spider. Um, so it was really smart for them to like get that out of the way, and it's just
Yeah.
like they started building character where it mattered the most, which was
Agreed.
before the main suit was made, but after you know Parker already realized that he wants to help people, and he made a good point in that one, right? Where he says, "You wear the suit because you're not supposed to tell people what you're able to do because if you show them what you're able to do, bad things happen, right?
Yeah.
He can't be a football player and fucking he can be, but that's not very being subtle. You gotta,
Yeah.
you know, be a scrawny little weak kid.
So this guy's got the responsibility like
Yeah,
jotted down, unlike the
yeah,
past Spider-Mans, right?
yeah. Where we had to go through the process of Uncle Ben dying and
Yeah.
going through the process of learning what it means to have, great responsibility, blah, blah, blah. This is
Yeah.
already like done. So Tony Stark's already coming in. So we're more concerned about a different type of character build now and growth,
Yeah.
and not the ones we've seen before. And it's
Yeah.
cool. Tony's like, yeah, it gave you that grant, remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it shows how broke they are too, of how like, you know, I found this perfectly good VCR algebra test, aced it. This is
Yeah.
Peter Parker. This is
Yeah.
his problems.
Yeah.
and he even asked if this grant involved some sort of money.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Dude's broke.
Yeah, dude.
He's sleeps on a double
Spider Man
or
is
like a single
yeah,
bed or something,
yeah,
or a twin bed.
yeah, yeah, dude.
We
And
get you at the twin bed at a morning or something like that.
yeah, and we learned that he's been saving some people out to the city, and some of his videos ended up on YouTube. And Tony Stark shows him some of those YouTube videos, and he says, "You got mad skills." I don't know if Tony was trying to relate to the younger crowd lingo with that one, but
Yeah.
I laughed a
You
little
got
bit at
mad
that.
skills.
'Cause if you listen,
That's a
it's like,
detail.
"This is you? You got mad skills." I was like, "Wow, really, Tony?"
Oh man, maybe that's why I hated Tony in this movie. It's like he's doing everything to be a douche.
Yeah, pretty much. A little bit of manipulation.
Yeah.
Um, but overall, Spider-Man joins Team Stark. What did you feel about that? You think Spider-Man could have been better on the other team? Is this? Um,
Yeah, yeah, it could have been better on the other team,
mhm,
but like it's good to set up a young and naive character who
mhm,
is eager to help,
mhm.
but like doesn't know on this scale at least,
Yeah.
because the guy is asking you to help because you're very strong and agile, but like, why you,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
There's other motives to it too, like um, Tony wants a successor, and
Yeah.
he's on the lookout for like geniuses, right?
Hmm. Yeah, because in the
And
beginning at MIT, that's
yeah,
what the grant was for. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But he's a high school student, I think, right?
I think at the time, yeah.
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 So that's why he was like, what grant money? Like,
Yeah.
you know. So,
That's why they
yeah,
made that excuse. The photo, the fake photo of him
yeah,
getting handed the
yeah.
upside down star.
That's so good.
Like they would make that, like Tony
Yeah,
would make that. Oh, let's just take
yeah,
a photo right away.
yeah.
Um,
And Peter would be like, okay, Mr. Stark. Okay, Mr. Stark.
okay, Mr. Stark. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, he joins the team, and this is reflective to what also happens in the comics. The comics, it was much more heartbreaking because Spider-Man was first on Cap's team, but
oh,
he later on said, "I can't. My Aunt May need money." It was
yeah.
about money, so Stark's like,
Uh,
"We'll give you money."
oh, interesting.
Yeah, and this is where he took off his mask and showed the world he was
Peter
Peter
Parker.
Parker. Yeah,
Whoa,
so
that's
in
crazy. In
exchange
Civil
for
War,
money.
what?
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy.
And then this is where he
Oh,
got his Iron Spider armor and all that stuff.
yeah,
Um, but in the end of that comic line, he was very regretful of what happened, especially after Cap's death. To
yeah, of
him,
course.
yeah,
Oh my god,
he
that's
was
true.
regretting his decision on that one. Yeah. Anyways,
That's crazy.
Spider-Man joins the team, uh, and then everyone's sort of like gathering now for each side because Clint rescues Wanda from the Avengers facility. This
Yeah,
is fitting because of their chemistry in Ultron. And of
yeah,
course, he named his kid after her brother,
yeah.
Pietro. So they sort of have a connection.
Nathaniel Petro.
Yeah, connection there a little bit. They kind of like, even throughout this movie, they kind of like motivate each other in the fighting, much like how
Yeah,
he motivated her in Ultron
yeah.
and whatnot. Um, but
That's
Vision's like,
cool.
yo, you're not going anywhere, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Two superpowers going at it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm
Mm,
leaving.
yeah.
Oh man.
I mean,
But
Clint was brave for, trying to use his stick.
yeah,
Like, the guy's made out of fucking tissue and vibranium. Like, this guy has a fucking batuta. Bro, you can't, bro.
he's got a button.
Yeah, bro. Like, what are you?
Oh shit,
You're a
that's funny as
security
fuck.
guard at SM? No, bro. You can't.
No. Oh my god, yo. Security guard SM is like, saan po sa second floor po, ma'am? Holy shit. Second, he
Ay,
said.
oh yeah, I
Second.
remember you said. Mga inodoro po, yung sa second floor po, ma'am. Second floor.
Oh shit, I'm dying. Second
Um,
floor. You're like, what the? But I know what he's talking about.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, Wanda and Vision face off, which is kind kind of a civil war between them two because later on they ended up being together. So this one here,
Oh
they
yeah,
have some
yeah.
conflict, and
Yeah.
she manipulates his stone with her powers.
So she's more powerful then, is what I'm getting.
I I mean, that's the source of Jarvis' power, and she was able to just like manipulate it to do whatever. You know what I mean? Like he changed. I mean, she changed his matter for him, right? So that Clint can slip through him,
Right.
and then he
Yeah.
fucking buries him. She
Wow.
fucking buries him like
That's
7 million
crazy.
feet into.
Actually, I just realized she ends up killing him.
Well, well,
So
yeah,
yeah, so
yeah.
she is more
In
powerful than
Endgame, yeah, she does.
yeah.
She's the ability to pretty much destroy the stone. Um,
That's crazy.
and this also happens in comics of her burying Vision
Yeah.
under the rubble, under the
Wow.
fucking into the earth,
That's heavy.
which is pretty
What the
crazy.
fuck?
Wanda, man, we get to see a lot more powers from Wanda and how OP she is,
Yeah.
uh, which is crazy. I guess she
She was
balances
there
out.
this whole time. Why was she up there this whole time?
Where was she up there all this time? Yeah, so she kind of balances out having Jarvis being on Tony's side. You know, we need a
That's
super
cool. Yeah.
powered crazy woman
Yeah.
compared to
It's funny
this.
you still call him Jarvis.
Oh, sorry, Vision.
He's the vision.
My bad,
That's
my bad.
funny. That's like he's dead. You know, rest in peace. It's like this guy is dead naming this man's.
My bad, my bad. Jarbs, rest in
So
peace.
that's like actually at the same level as, um, like, you know, if a trans person had changed their name,
Mm, yeah, I'm
oh,
guilty of that.
you're dead naming
Uh,
Jarvis and
sorry,
what's his name? Vision. Vision. I'm so sorry, Vision.
yeah, my bad. Leia, if you're watching, I'm sorry.
Leia.
This girl, uh, I used to. She had a sex change, and so
Yes.
she's Baker, and so I hired him as Ethan,
Yes.
and then she turned into Leia, and yeah,
And
it
you
would
kept
always
saying
slip.
Ethan.
Yeah, it would slip
Ah,
Ethan, right?
man.
And she would always be like, Leia, it's Leia. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I fucking hired you as Ethan. Like,
You should
give
you
me a
should fire
break.
her.
Yeah, give me a break.
Fire Ethan first, and hire this bitch.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
started calling her Baker from that day on.
Um,
I just said, you know what? You're
Baker.
Baker from now on.
Nice.
She's like, fine, whatever.
She's like, yes, Sergeant.
I was every time I see her, I'm almost like 9 be 9. Like, shout outs
She
to
makes a whole tray of cinnamon rolls.
just for me, you know. Yeah, a dozen for the boss.
Condition
Leia,
report.
you don't work out with me anymore, Leia. But I hope you're good. I don't know where she is
Yeah.
now, but hope
I
you're.
hope you're baking up there in the, not in the clouds, but you know,
I know
top
she
town.
got that. I know
Yeah.
she got another baking job in Durham region. I don't know
Ooh,
where, but
let's go, Leia.
yeah, Leia, you're an OG baker. Rest in peace, Ethan. Uh, anyways,
Anyways, Vision.
Vision, right? So he gets buried underground, and Clint gets away with Wanda, and they all meet at the airport uh, with Scott Lang,
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah.
which was such a jokes interaction because it's what you'd expect, how you'd expect Scott Lang to
Yeah,
behave in such a
in the,
in such a situation. You know, first of
yeah,
all, they open the door and he's taking a nap in the van. Like
yeah.
he doesn't even care where he's going. He wakes up and the first thing he sees is Captain America. He says, "Oh my god!" And he puts his hands on his chest. Right? He's like, "Ooh."
He goes, he pushes him. He's like, I need to know if you're alive. Like, and he tries to move him.
Ooh,
Yo, he tries
I
to
didn't
move
even
him.
catch that. Yes,
Yo,
he did try to
he's
move him.
like, so this is what it's like when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
Ooh, that's physics for
That's of
your
the
ass,
Joker.
man. Yeah. Um, and then
That's funny though.
he says, "Thanks for thinking of me," which is
Oh
like a
yeah.
little nervous nod of how he's feeling right there, and he says to
Thanks for
Wanda,
catching
I
on.
know you, I know you, you're great.
I know you too. You're great.
You're great.
Says it better for like 2 seconds.
Yeah. And he goes to fucking Falcon, and he's like, "Hey, about last time." He's like, "That was a good audition."
Yeah, so you can tell like they're the they're more of like the comic relief starting in the series, but like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
the
absolutely.
Falcon's supposed to be a like not serious, but like it's he's gonna get handed the shield at some point.
Yeah, I mean, he
So maybe
has
they're just
to.
hazing him.
Yeah, maybe this is a what is that called again?
Initiation.
Initiation stage of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
taking all this like.
Because Cap or Steve had to take all those punches like for real, but you're just taking jabs.
Yeah, this is nothing towards what Cap has gone through, man. You
Yeah,
know, come on, you got a thick skin there,
yeah.
Sam
That's,
Wilson. But
yeah,
hopefully he's ready for this.
for sure.
But they're really funny with Scott Lang, and I love how like nobody they just know. Well, I don't think anybody really explained to anybody what Scott Lang was able to do other than to
Yeah,
help.
yeah.
And it's interesting for Steve to say, if you help us, you're on the other side of the law on this one. You're gonna be a wanted man. And
Yeah.
Scott Lang's like, what else is
Been
new?
there.
He literally said, what else is new?
That's true.
Because yeah, like bro, I've been a wanted man. Don't you know this is who I am? Baskin and Robbins. You know what I mean?
They always find out.
This guy tried to go back to a normal life with Baskin
Oh,
and
you
Robbins, and
can't.
he
It's
couldn't.
corporate.
Yeah,
They do checks for sure.
yeah,
You're serving kids. Like, Why didn't you think? You could have just went to a janitorial or like I don't know. Why'd you go to a
yeah.
public service?
Imagine that, and then we'd never get Ant Man.
That's true. You never went to Baskin Robbins.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Baskin Robbins don't play. Man, I can't wait if ever like the MCU gets like Luis, like all the other guys involved, like to have those interactions of like supporting characters.
Oh
It'd
no,
be
that would be
dope.
sick.
Yeah, man.
Like in the next like let's say the convergence timeline, and it's like Louise drives the van. He's
Yeah.
like I found this man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And
That'd be
like
sick.
it's just crazy. It's just crazy. But we'll see about that saga later on.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah.
the most important scene or pretty much action sequence comes in, which is the crazy airport
Oh,
scene. Dude, first
wow.
time you watched this in
Right
the
here.
theaters, how was that? That
Oh, it was
was
crazy. Cause oh man, cause we never heard of Ant Man going big yet,
yes.
right?
Yes. This was
He's just been small.
yeah. And even in this movie where he's like, we need a big distraction. He says, I got
Yeah,
something big, but
yeah,
I can't hold it very long. You're like, what is he talking about? He's
yeah.
like,
It really, uh,
and then Steve's like, are you sure about this, Scott? And he says, yeah, I mean, I did it once in a lab, you know.
oh my god, I can't believe
And he's
they
like,
pulled this one out.
and as he's running, he's like, I'm the boss, I'm the boss, I'm the boss, I'm the boss.
Come on, as a
Which,
tiny guy,
as a tiny
jokes.
guy, which is hilarious. And dude, when he turned big, man,
Yeah, that
that
was
was just
sick.
like, okay, now we're in business. Okay,
Yeah,
now Ant Man is
yeah.
now, you know,
Giant.
yeah, like we got a proper Ant Man now. Because a lot of
Yeah,
people, especially the ones that love comics, knows that Ant Man from the comics is able to grow big.
yeah.
But we've never seen that here before, and they're like, "Is it possible, or is it only shrinking?" And now we get to see this, dude.
So good.
I mean, in Endgame, he was like
Godlike.
fucking sick. He was punching
Yeah.
those fucking air whales
Yo.
or whatever.
Right hook.
Yeah, he was pushing one back into the portal, like something
That's
Scott would do.
crazy.
You know what I mean?
He's like,
Yeah, you see that when he's like pushing it back into the portal,
no,
like
I gotta do that.
like he would do that.
It's fine as fuck.
We get a lot of things here. Hawkeye does a level 3 on Iron Man,
Oh,
which
yeah, he
was
does. No,
nuts.
War Machine, right? Or
Iron
Iron Man.
Man, yeah,
Oh,
when
yeah,
he
yeah.
puts Ant Man on his arrow, which is an iconic move from these two in the comics, and it was like mind blowing that they
Yeah,
did
that was
this.
crazy.
Uh,
Yeah.
like
I mean, wow.
crazy.
They were doing such bold things with the CG already, like Black Panther,
Yeah, I mean
Vision.
that animation was shot for shot the level 3 of Hawkeye, and
Yeah,
that game came out 2000 what, dude?
yeah. I
Years
know.
before this movie came out. People were
Yeah.
like, "Yo, that's just so smart." I'm like, "What, bro?
Oh, I've seen that all day.
I've seen that all day."
Yeah.
It's one of the really hard hitting, good damage level
Yep.
threes out there, and it
Yeah.
like
Doesn't
does it
scale.
doesn't OTG, does it? But it hits low.
Actually, you can go straight into it after a knockdown.
Oh, knockdown.
So if
Okay,
they're so
like a
you press
hard
S,
knockdown. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, you can.
yeah, you go S
Ooh,
and into level 3. Yeah,
wow.
and so it does OTG if you're in a hard knockdown.
Damn.
Yep.
Shoutouts to me potentially, playing a Hawkeye anchor because I've been in the lab with him a little bit
Oh
recently,
shit!
and
Nice triple arrow. Triple
watch me
arrow.
fail this
Oh,
horribly.
nice.
Anyways, Ant Man goes into Tony's armor, probably inspired him to make the nanotech suit since there are zero gaps in his armor. So that was definitely something that Tony was, and it was a funny
Well,
sequence too, right?
who made the nanotech?
Well, it was Tony, but I guess he kind of found it after Wakanda was opening its borders. So
Right.
to him, it was like, oh, this technology is, you know, available to use, and it's probably like, oh, this is probably better as an armor because you can't have small little Ant Man coming into your armor. You know what I mean? Like you can't go into Tony's armor in Endgame compared to how Ant Man did it here,
That's true.
right?
Yeah. It's upgrade.
And that was really funny.
Firewall.
That was really funny to go to see a Pym technology go against Stark technology on that one.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
That's nice.
who's speaking? This is your conscience.
Oh damn. Shout out to Jamie Foxx.
uh, wait, what? Why?
Oh, you don't remember that roast?
Oh, what did
It's
he
a
say?
roast of Shaq, and then there's a comedian who's like bombing.
Ah, I think so.
Doug
Okay, and then
something.
what
Doug
happened?
Christie. Doug
Okay,
something.
yeah. What did he
And
say?
so Jamie Foxx was the host, right? So he had the mic,
Okay.
but then the dude was up roasting Shaq, and Jamie Foxx was like, "This is your conscience. We're here to roast Shaq." Because this dude was going off on like all these other people, and
Oh
he was
yeah.
just bombing.
Oh shit. I
And
remember that roast, but I don't remember all of it. But man, I gotta rewatch that roast again because
oh man,
I just remember Jeff Ross's fucking joke on that one. Where's a Shaq? You're looking great today. Your knuckles look a little bit gray. Did you walk here?
oh my, that is oh my, that's an ender.
Dude,
God, that's a combo ender.
and Shaq with the right? It's always like that's disrespectful as fuck, but that's funny, dude.
That's very good. It's
Um,
very very good.
wow, guys, if you know that Jamie Foxx reference, put it in the comments below. That was crazy. That was deep as fuck right there.
This is your
Um,
conscience.
this is your conscience. Shout outs to Doug Christie, who I guess didn't do so well. Had a tough
Oh
crowd
man,
that night.
I gotta send it to you. It's a
Oh
cringe
man.
ass video.
Um, yeah. So Tony's armor is now no more gap. So I guess this Ant Man technique won't be working anymore. But really cool to see that sequence being done. Funny too. Rhodey uses the sonic wave cannon,
Oh yeah,
and
that's cool.
we've seen that from the Hulk in
Yep.
2008, which is a pretty crazy weapon to have, and I guess like a disabling type thing, right? Because he
Yeah.
tried to use it on Ant Man, and then he used it later on Wanda.
On Wanda, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Wanda too, man, with the fucking cars out of the parking lot.
That was sick.
That was,
Maestro.
yeah,
That was sick.
yeah, dude. She's just like
That's crazy.
it's crazy.
She's
Like
like Shakira.
yeah, the hips don't lie. Um, yeah, that's crazy. Imagine filming that, man. Like how silly you feel as an actor, where you're just like fucking flailing your arms around.
Yeah.
or
That's why she had
whatever.
to use the accent. She's like, I'll do the hand things, but
Yeah,
I'm phasing the accent
her
out.
accent has definitely like lessened
Yeah,
since
since Age
Ultron,
of Ultron. Yeah,
and even here, T'Challa's accent is super thick compared to Black Panther. Because in
yeah,
this one, he's like full out. His accent is so thick.
yeah, yeah.
There were some where I'm like,
It's
what
true.
did he say exactly? Especially after when he explained about like the astral plane, I couldn't really
Yeah,
understand him. But shout out to Chadwick Boseman.
run forever. Like yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um. Yep. First time we see Ant Man grow up. But yeah, so this whole thing uh goes down. Everybody gets hurt. Cap and Bucky make it to the Quinjet because of Natasha, and this is where Natasha returns the favor to Cap from Winter Soldier when she says,
nice.
"If it really came down to it, and it came down to me saving your life, would you trust me to do it?" And Cap said, "I do now. Like I trust you now." Because that whole movie was about trust,
Nice.
and in the
Yeah.
end, Natasha, even though she fought for Stark the entire time, she decided to help Cap in the end by neutralizing uh, Black Panther, pretty much
Nice.
tasing him 3 or 4 times so that they have time to go. You know, poor T'Challa, man.
I know. Man,
He had to take that in. But more importantly, Rhodey gets shot down. Pretty
that was
tough
sad.
scene. Pretty tough
Yeah,
scene.
yeah.
This
See,
fuels.
this is no. They were teasing it. They were like, "We're gonna start killing people. We're gonna start injuring people."
Hmm.
You know.
Did you think Rhodey was gonna die?
Oh, I thought he was dead for sure. I was
Yeah,
like,
because he was
because
like
he was the most
yeah.
expendable one,
Yeah.
probably.
Out of all the team, like, well, he was the one that's been there from the start, and he wasn't the main character; he was a supporting character, and
Yeah,
it would make sense on a writing standpoint for motivation for Tony to further like put fuel on the fire of his opposing Cap. That
yeah,
was pretty much it, because like at the end of the day, it was Jarvis. Sorry, Jarvis. It was Vision, right? To him, he got distracted because
yeah,
He was tending Wanda, right?
yeah.
Because he's,
It's baby girl. You know my situation. Sometimes I get a bit. And he was like, "What?" And he turned around. And he's like, "All right, let me shoot this one." Pew,
yeah,
missed.
yeah. Shorty needed some help, and
Because the
Falcon.
entree ain't as good without something on the side.
This guy's rapping bars right now, dude. Falcon did the little tuck, missed the shot, and then
Yeah,
went straight to Rhodey's reactor, which pretty much turned off his whole suit, and
yeah,
he dropped
that
with
was
no
crazy.
shoot. Yeah, straight to the ground.
Yeah.
And
And does is there an upgrade for Rhodey now where he gets more than one reactor?
ooh, that's a
Uh,
good question.
I gotta see that because I
Yeah,
feel like that's something Tony would think of.
yeah. I think that's yeah something that Tony would probably make sure that
Yeah.
it doesn't happen again, or maybe some sort of protection against the reactor to make sure it doesn't like
Well,
get hit
it
as
was
easily or something like that.
it was like the Mind Stone that hit it. So,
Yeah,
like, how do you even defend against that, right?
yeah. That's not a bullet, bro. That's fucking cosmic energy.
Yeah,
I don't think that's something that you could
yeah.
like test at a firing range. You know what I mean? So yo, pass me the mind stone. Let's see if this works.
Yeah, we tried that last time, Tony.
Yeah, I tried that last time, Tony.
You
Um,
gave us Ultron.
but it
But
does
yeah,
change Rhodey's life in a bit because he
yeah,
can only really function with the braces, right? With like the
yeah,
help of those, because we see that later on in Infinity War that
yeah,
he was still wearing those, so it's a permanent thing. I don't
yeah,
know if it's paralysis or maybe it's just an aid tool, but he definitely can't stand on his own anymore, which is
yeah. It's
pretty crazy.
crazy.
Yeah. And then in that scene, Cap and Bucky escape, but everybody else gets arrested, and they get sent into the raft, which is the first introduction into the raft in the MCU. In the comics, the raft is located in the dark side of the moon. which is a much worse prison if you really think about it. Outer space and in the moon, but in this one, it's in the middle of the ocean, which I
Yeah.
think is just as terrifying if you think about it. If
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
underwater,
dude,
yeah.
I watched deep sea videos,
Oh
and
man, yeah.
like that's scary.
A lot of people have that phobia. Deep sea monsters, deep sea
Oh my
creatures.
god. If I sink in the sea, just I would take a cyanide pill and just end it right
Where the
there. I
fuck are you gonna
won't.
find a cyanide? You just have
No,
one
I mean like
like.
if I had one,
Oh yeah,
you
you
know,
know.
like Hydra. Hey, Hydra.
You know, fucking mouth, your bubbles, your mouth.
No. And then yeah, but then
Yeah,
it gets washed out because I'm in the sea. But yeah,
I
fuck. If
agree,
I
dude.
touch the bottom of my feet on a fish,
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah,
done.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's done.
Well,
I used to love like going into the beaches and stuff like that in Philippines, till my friend like got stung by a fucking jellyfish. I was like,
jellyfish. Oh
fuck
yeah.
that, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
because
I felt one.
I can't not remember the screams. It was just like ah. I was like, yo, this guy's going crazy.
Oh no.
His parents just like
Yeah.
rushed in. I was like, oh shit, something happened.
Dude, you know what's actually crazy?
What?
You don't see jellyfish here. Do you ever see jellyfish? Okay, is there ever a okay? Because in Dubai, when we were there,
You a
there were
jellyfish guy?
literally there
Yeah,
were like jellyfish like covered. The
yeah,
beaches were covered in jellyfish,
yeah, dude. Yeah.
and
There's
you don't
some
go to those
beaches. Yeah, there's
beaches.
some beaches, right, where they have a sign.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's
You don't
just
go
all
there.
jellyfish. Like fucking, you need the
But
privatized beach, privatized.
even if you go to the other beaches, there's a chance you might get one or two, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's why. Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
god, because they grow in like from small, you know, they pass through the cages or like
Yeah. And
whatever.
sometimes you think it's a fucking cellophane, like a
Oh,
bag,
dude, buh.
and you're
That's why
just
I don't
like,
like the beach.
yeah, packs.
Fuck the beach,
Yeah, salt water is dangerous, bro. You gotta
dude.
go to like freshwater shit. Just go to the
Even then, like frogs,
fucking.
yuck.
Oh, frogs aren't bad. I mean,
Yeah, I know,
I
but
had,
like the skin on them, blah,
I had pet
blah,
frogs. I had pet frogs.
yuck. That's disgusting.
You can't
But
have
they're
pet
not wet.
jellyfish. You're gonna fucking die.
Yeah,
They're not wet. Oh yeah. Well,
like pet frogs are not like always wet and
it
slimy.
depends on what frogs. Yeah, toads are
Oh,
really slimy. There's a
oh, I guess
difference.
toads is what I'm like.
Yeah, they're like the bigger,
Yeah.
lumpier. Yeah, those guys are disgusting. Frogs are nice.
But actually, like thinking about the raft,
Mm.
uh, being in the middle of the ocean, it's the most alienating thing.
Mhm.
Even more so than them having it in space because, we've seen space. It's kind of sick. Guardians is sick, right?
Yeah, I
So
mean,
if they were in space, they could beat aliens and shit. But in the ocean, it's like
yeah. There's no one really like. Yeah, no one really like. Yeah, you're right. I mean, space is
you're
something
far.
people you can see people outside. Oh, look, Captain Marvel's passing by. Hey, hey.
Hey guys.
But in in the sea, it's like oh look a
So,
shark or whatever.
perpetual
Uh,
storms.
yeah, and it's
It's
like
wet.
I don't. That's obviously like one of your biggest fears too, like being stuck in the middle of the ocean on like a
Yeah,
raft, like a boat,
yeah.
like a
Raft.
yeah,
Wow, like
yeah,
Life
pretty
of Pi.
yeah, dude. That would suck because like yo, people understand, man. Where it's like like shark killings and all these. Yeah, because you're in their house, dude.
What are you
It's
doing
the
there?
water. Like
Yeah,
anything there's water, that's like it's your fault. The moment you go in that water, it's your fault. If you get killed, it's your fault.
yeah.
Imagine somebody goes into your house. What would you do without you asking? You would eat them.
I
You would
would.
kill them. Yeah,
I wouldn't eat them.
you know what I mean, though. That's
Oh, I wouldn't. They would.
we trespass on this shit like
Yeah,
nothing.
that's true.
Um,
Yeah,
shout outs to sharks. I don't know. Why I'm
that,
shouting out
that just
sharks.
and all aquatic life.
Megalodons.
Yeah, that's a real thing. I saw the
Yeah.
Discovery Channel.
But yeah, so Stark goes in there and he gets pretty much roasted by everybody in that room because
Yeah,
first of all he
it's wrong.
he didn't see this coming. He didn't think that the prison would be like this because he was promised something else. Remember, you get to
Yeah,
live in a facility in a lounge. You get blah
yeah.
blah. But no,
There's large.
this is a full out prison.
Yeah,
Scott Lang says, you know, Hank told me never to trust a Stark.
yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah,
Who are you?
that's a character.
Yeah,
It's so
this
strong.
ego, right?
I
Um,
love that.
Clint says, "Here he is, everybody, the futurist. He knows what's good for you. He knows."
He does.
Oh, which is a slight nod to the Futurist, which is an album made by Robert Downey Jr. Hilarious.
What?
Yeah, so Robert Downey Jr. when he was younger, he made an album, pop album, not super pop, but I guess like acoustic, soft rock album called The Futurist. Yeah, crazy how it fits into his Iron Man
That's fucking crazy.
character.
Yo, he was born for this role.
I guess so. Yeah,
God.
he was really good. Yeah. Um, and then he finds his fault. He's like, you know what, this is getting a little crazy. I knocked out everything. He goes to Sam. He's like, yo, where are they going, bro? Tell me where to go. And then Sam's like, it's gonna be a mission. I have stole. He's like, I got transfer
He's
tickets. Don't
backing.
worry. Yeah. So I just split I got split tickets, bro. Don't worry.
Ooh, feel it. Feel
Yeah.
that.
Peel that back.
Yep. Feel
It's
that.
child, so it's
Oh
huge.
my God. My
um,
God. My parents gave me allowance for these bus tickets, but I only bought half.
oh man, see that's smart. Your parents like my mom bought the bus tickets, so
Oh, no,
it was it
they weren't going to
was
Meadowvale Town Center.
yeah. It wasn't even like I could keep the money. It was just like if I split it, I'll just have a shitload.
Yeah,
Like, is there really a point to that? Like,
that's true. And you can't even sell it because people don't have the confidence to put it in.
oh yeah, it's true, dude. It's true. You gotta there's a trick to it. Make sure there's a long ass lineup. Make sure
Yeah,
you're like sort of in the middle, but near the beginning.
yeah,
You gotta go in fast,
yeah.
and you
Be
can't
efficient.
fiddle. You can't fiddle. You can't be like that. No, you gotta go in. Don't look them in the eye. Don't even
Yeah,
ask for a transfer. If you don't really need to, don't ask for a transfer.
yeah, it's fine. Fine, let it go.
Put on your headphones. Like, dude, so many.
Yep.
Anyways, kids don't do that.
Sogitech. Well, they don't have that. They have Presto now.
oh yeah, you can't fake Presto, right? You can't split a Presto
Yeah, no.
card.
They could probably teach us something about avoiding transit.
Yo, watch Jason actually like hack it. He's gonna
X.
be like,
X.
put 7 million,
X.
7 million credits in here.
Who is he? John Connor.
It's like, really, Jason? That's what you're using your skills for? Not to
Yeah,
like
getting my brother $7,000 at
Presto?
Presto. Yeah, he's like, he needed the money. He needed the Presto.
See, we keep getting sidetracked. All right, so Tony goes to Siberia, which is where the 6 other Winter Soldiers are, and this is where it's supposed to be the final conflict between the reactivated soldiers versus Bucky and Cap. But little to them, they didn't know that Zemo has other plans. This is where he showed the footage of Mission
Man,
Report, December
God.
16, 1998.
Yeah.
And it's
They
like
unlit.
brutal, dude. It's brutal, dude.
It's just camera footage. So it's like,
Yeah, but like, we didn't
oof.
get to see like he fucking ripped Howard Stark out
Yeah.
and he fucking like bashed his head on the fucking door.
Oh my God.
And then he choked his mom.
Oh my
Remember that? He like
God.
reached in the car and like choked her. Like it wasn't even
With
just
the arm.
gunshots. Yeah, like it
Yeah.
was like painful. It was long. Like
Yeah.
this kill wasn't. Yeah, this is.
No.
He was cheese, dude, and I would be too, right?
That was so crazy.
And then that's when he like backhanded fucking Cap, and he's like, I don't care. He killed my mom.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my God.
and like I
That
was
was
speechless at this point, dude. I was
me
like,
too.
yeah,
Dude, did you ever see that coming?
no,
Ever?
no,
Did
because
anyone?
at that point when Tony came, they were sort of like friends again, where it's
Yeah.
like calm down, Bucky. Like, I'm not here to take you guys anymore. I know it wasn't
Oh,
you
that
who
was
bombed the
crazy.
embassy. You know what I mean? He was like, oh,
Yeah,
things are kind of like lighting up now a little bit.
yeah.
But
That's
that,
okay.
yeah,
It
yeah.
would be like 3 against 6. They can do this. Let's go, team.
But no, they got there. All of them got shot in the head. Zemo is behind this bunker thing, and
Yeah.
he's like, fight, my little thingies." This is what he wanted. He wanted a civil war between them. He wanted the Avengers to crumble within its own foundation, which is really crazy.
Wow.
And that fight scene was nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Tony's suit was like breaking apart, but he didn't care. Bucky was trying to get out of the silo. They go all the way up, fucking crashed all the way down.
Missile system
Yeah,
down. He
he had
just eyeballed it. What the
yeah,
fuck?
way better than when he did it Obadiah. Obadiah Stane tried to do the same thing, but he
Yeah.
sucked hard
Major.
at that
This
one.
guy needed his glasses. Lolo.
Yeah, sa yung salamin mo, man. Tatang Stain, ano ba yan? Bulag ang pucha.
Tatang stain. Yo.
Uh,
I'm dead.
and then they go down, and then Steve and fucking Bucky doing some Marvel Infinite type
Yeah.
of
That was
fucking
crazy.
tag in, tag out type of
The
combo.
shield? Oh my
Yeah,
god. The
dude,
shield exchange?
dude,
Come on. Are you fucked?
and
Not choreography.
Bucky almost fucking ripped the fucking arc reactor out. And much like how he tried to stop bullets with his hand, and Tony stopped the bullet with his hand,
Yeah.
he kind of stopped
The blast.
unibeam with his hand and
Yeah.
blasted it off, which was pretty crazy. I mean, I was like, I
That
thought
was
this we were
nuts.
done with phase two, but I guess they're still chopping limbs off. I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
Was this phase 3 already?
yeah, this is phase three already.
Word.
Um, but that was really interesting because like, you're like, oh my god, his arm blew out.
Yeah.
Like,
Holy
holy
crap.
fuck.
Like, open my power generator.
Yeah, dude, that's what you get for trying to rip out his. You get a
Yeah,
unibeam
come
to the
on.
fucking hand.
Level 3, instant. He
Yeah,
tried to he tried to do a command grab. Or like a normal forward throw.
yeah, that was too bad there, Bucky Barnes. But Iron Avenger, that level three is pretty godlike. Cap does the iconic "I can do this all day," and he pretty much deactivates Tony's arc reactor. And as he's walking away, Tony says, "You don't deserve that shield. My father made that shield,"
Yeah.
and he
Wow.
drops it, dude.
Oh my god. He said, I don't need it.
Yeah, I
I
don't
need your
need this
shield.
fucking thing. That's what he said.
I got my friend.
So was I,
Yeah.
right? Fuck. Um, and this is
Oh
actually
shit.
reflective to what happened in the comics with Cap. He stopped being Captain America for a while. He turned into the Nomad. That was his
Yeah.
other identity. So this was like pretty much the turning point for Cap. He went from being the first Avenger, being all about his country, to Winter Soldier, where he started questioning authority and questioning what it means to be free and having freedom and what he's fighting for, to now where he's just like, man, the ideals um, have really changed since
Yeah.
I went to sleep, and now, and this is, I don't belong here,
Yeah.
you know. And I can't fight
This is
for a country that doesn't fight for me or doesn't fight for the right things.
pretty deep right there,
Yeah,
Steve.
yeah.
It's like, wow.
Crazy character growth, dude. From gaining the shield in the first movie to dropping the shield by
Yeah.
the end of the third movie. That's fucking character growth. I don't know you know what I mean?
God, this guy's
Like,
seen it all.
yeah. This is the
Wow.
same character growth we see from Shrek 1 to Shrek
He
4.
dropped the shield too.
Where he was alone in his swamp, and in Shrek 4 he had 3 kids, a donkey, and his wife, you
Oh,
know?
X.
Character growth, guys. I
Sick.
don't know if that's a good comparison.
That.
Shrek?
Yo, why are people referencing Shrek so much lately?
With what?
Just you, actually. I don't talk to anyone else
um,
about movies.
Shout outs to Shrek, man.
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers. George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Shout out to that face that you made, Mike Myers. My God, he was like,
He's like,
Uh,
"Yeah, I just wanted to get some money for the New Orleans flood. I don't know. I don't know this script."
oh my
That's what he
god.
said.
Then
It's like that, dude. Like
yeah,
Mike Myers probably didn't know Kanye West like that. You know, it was just kind of like two
yeah,
celebrities paired up. He's like, "Oh, you ready, man? All right, let's do this. Let's just read the script." And then Kanye West is like, "Nah, I got other plans."
Oh no! I mean, no, he probably read the script with him, but he knew it. He's like, I know what I'm gonna say.
Absolutely.
He's live, baby. Cut to Chris Tucker. His also jaws hanging.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I wish I could live back the days, man.
Oh
That was
man,
fucking
I miss the
hilarious.
old Kanye,
The
the
pink,
George
the
Bush
pink shirt
Kanye.
Kanye, the fucking backpack. Anyways,
That's funny.
so anyways, they go, they fight. Cap and Bucky leave. Iron Man is left there, fucking alone, still working for the government. And we cut to Zemo, and he gets confronted by Black Panther, and then that's where
Yeah.
he tells the story. And then Black Panther says, "Vengeance has consumed you.
Oh my
It
god.
has
Wow.
consumed everyone." Right? Vengeance. Stark with his parents.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Black Panther trying to get vengeance on his dad. Um, Baron Zemo getting vengeance for his family. And
Yeah.
Zemo
Just,
tried to kill himself. But no. Much like
scared.
how Winter Soldier stopped a bullet with his hand, Stark stopped a bullet with his hand, Black Panther stopped a bullet with his hand
That's crazy.
from Zemo, which
Wow.
was fucking
Wow.
crazy.
He's got cat-like
Dude,
reflexes.
yeah, that was quick, dude. He's like, "Brah!" He's like, "The world isn't finished with you yet."
Oh shit.
He gave him a kiss. Good night. Good night, they said.
What?
No, he did. He did do that, but in my mind, he did.
Deleted
Uh,
scenes.
uh, yep. Kept leaves the shield. End scene is Tony getting the letter and the phone, and so we see the phone later on in Infinity War. That's the next time we ever get to see them. So there's a huge gap, dude, from
Yeah.
these group of people because all the movies we see after this and before Infinity War are from the other cosmic people. You know, Ant Man, Doctor Strange, Guardians. We don't really come back and see anybody else, you know, aside from Hulk
Yeah.
and Thor. I mean, these guys that were involved in Civil War
Yeah.
are, you know, has done some next shit. They're all separated, right? So Stark is back in
That's
the
true.
Avengers facility, and Cap in the end broke the guys out. You know, he came into the raft, which is really cool to see because it wasn't left for us to wonder. I go, I wonder if Cap ever broke them out. It was just like, oh, okay, so he did.
Yeah. That's pretty epic the way he did it.
Yeah, he just came. Yeah, I see all
Yo, how
this.
did how did he break into the raft?
Too.
Come on.
It's pretty much the same thing he did with Soldier Man. When he went into that boat, this guy just like stealthily kicked everybody into the fucking railings as hard as he can. That's his favorite move. It's like a front kick, and they just
What's
fly.
the Sparta kick? Like that's like a standing, like the One Punch Man. He's like
Yeah.
the one kick man.
Yeah. Oh, do you watch
He
anime?
goes,
Are you
no, not really.
Oh
But I
yeah,
know
yeah.
the concept of One
I
Punch.
know One
Yeah,
Punch Man. That's the one
yeah.
where he like turns into a titan and then like they're
What?
like
Really?
yeah, they go to a school and they're like,
X.
"Whoa, All Might." Guys, my anime skills are
Yeah.
unmatched, okay?
Stream. Tell me if that's real. I feel like he meshed like four animes into one.
One Punch Man. I like the one where he fought Broly. It was really good.
X. That is. I'm pretty
Uh
sure that is Dragon Ball.
First of all, you can't go against an anime master like me,
Oh my god.
you know.
What am I saying?
And
I only watch Ghibli, so
that is true. I don't
that's
watch
right.
anime, guys.
That's
For anyone that knows me, I only watch Gundam. Gundam is not anime. Gundam is life.
Yeah,
So I don't know what's on.
it's like a religion for him. You know,
Yeah, there is a
no.
God Gundam and there's a Devil Gundam. So
See, look at that. See, I didn't even know that. I,
yeah.
God,
Um,
my God,
and then
Gunpla.
the mid credit scene is Bucky going back to sleep. He says, "I don't trust myself. My mind is a little too crazy. Stall.
Yeah.
You gotta go put me back to sleep, man." And then we
In
find out,
Wakanda, right?
yes, they are in
Wakanda.
Wakanda. He said,
This is
we're
our
gonna be
first glance.
big trouble if they find out we're here." And Black Panther says, "Let them try."
They don't.
Ooh,
Oh, we don't even know about Wakanda though. Like
right, yeah, that was
nobody in the world knows about Wakanda. They think it's
mm,
a third world country.
textiles,
Yeah.
colors,
Yeah.
you know. But no, that to him that was, and that was like a little glimpse of the Black Panther statue, right? You're like, cool.
Yeah.
Uh, and then what was that was the end, like secret ending, right?
What was the secret ending after
Yeah, that
that?
was
I
the
don't think
secret
there
ending.
was. Yeah, that
The
was the only
Wakanda
one.
one was because the
Yeah,
mid
that
credits
was.
was wait, what? Yeah, what is the fucking secret ending?
Is it? Fine. I'll do it myself.
Yeah,
Yeah. There you
yes,
go.
yes, yes, yes. Oh yeah, so that does set up pretty much
Oh my, that's
Infinity
hype.
War. Yeah,
That's hype.
Thanos coming out. He takes the gauntlet out of that
Yeah.
doohickey thing, and he says,
Yeah.
"Fine, I'll do it myself." Fucking epic as fuck.
Yeah.
I remember the crowd was like, "Wow."
Oh my god. I watched. Well, actually, when I saw this in the theater, I watched it again, uh, just for that scene in the theater, like 2 days later.
Wow,
Yeah, because I was
really?
like, "There's no way." I think I brought my friend, and I was like telling my friend about, "Oh, you have to see the secret ending because you didn't see it the first time." And they're like, "Fine, let's go see it." Okay, and then yeah, they're like,
Wow.
"Whoa, what's that? Oh,
How many times did you see this in the theaters?
just twice."
Same here, twice.
Yeah,
It's usually like with friends and then one with my cousin, and that's it.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Well,
really good.
back like when I was in Davisville, I used to see movies on my own all the time because like no one was watching MCU movies. Really, like no one's really interested in watching MCU movies.
Like in your like group of friends.
Yeah,
Oh, that's it.
yeah, yeah.
This
They're
is
like
like
too
art
cool.
people, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like not a lot of like art people
They're
really
missing
dig
out
MCU. Yeah, yeah,
because this is like the epitome of capitalism. You know,
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
using the nostalgia of like children from all types or from all like eras
Right.
and now, and then it's like melding into this like $1 billion industry using famous actors and like
Yeah, they're always against capitalism until they get a job offer from Disney.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
like,
yeah. And now they're making the shit that like they're making this shit.
yeah, they go, it's not that bad, guys. I'm making stuff for children. And
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly. It's part of the machine now. You tool. That's what a tool is. Being part of the machine.
yeah, that's what it is. It's
And
okay. It's a nice job. I just give him 60 drafts a night. Oh my god.
oh, it's like 60 drafts. That's your soul. That's your
Yeah,
soul in words.
yeah. Do you have any
Jeez, it's
creative
practical.
input? Not really. They just.
No, they just tell me what to do. It's pretty great. I don't have to think.
But yeah, that was our scene by scene analysis, and now I'm gonna go through quickly.
Oh, nice.
Unnecessary,
Oh, bonus.
yeah, unnecessary. But you know these ones where it's
Yeah,
like, is this
like
really
lightning round.
lightning
I
round?
like this.
Crossbones powered punch glove thing can be seen again in Homecoming. Homecoming as one of the scraps. That
Oh, really?
that yeah. So I think the character that's supposed to play Shocker uses it on Peter Parker, which
Oh,
like yeah, he's like
shocker.
yeah,
The
he like
yellow
brings
guy.
out yeah. So I
Oh,
think his
nice.
character is one of the people that works for Vulture,
Oh, nice,
and we
nice.
get to see that glove again later on.
Wow, that's
Um,
sick.
Rumlow tells Cap that Bucky's alive to distract him. Steve does the same thing again to himself later on in Endgame to also distract himself. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
Uh, Cap's monkey unicycle sketch is actually framed on his desk in the
yeah,
Avengers facility, which is pretty cool.
that's cool.
It kind of makes it seem like maybe he's not totally done with the art scene, you know? Um, Apparently, he didn't get into OCAD, so he's pretty
No,
bummed out about that.
well,
Uh,
it's fine. She's cool anyway.
how do you feel about people like over glamorizing and like
Art schools.
no OCAD in general? OCAD
Oh,
is well known enough for people to be like,
oh, come on.
oh
I
yeah,
worked.
he's from he goes to OCAD. Oh, he went to OCAD.
Oh my god. These are people who don't know shit.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
coming from a
no
OCAD
offense.
alumni himself,
Yeah, yeah.
kind of.
Not just an alumni, but
Yeah,
uh,
you work there too. Yeah.
I worked there, and I worked for the chair of the program of my program for years, like as a personal assistant. So I like know the ins and outs of the whole drama and like the
Does it live up
administration.
to the professional and
Oh my god, it's so unprofessional, and um, it's just kind of like some a place that you don't really expect to have like a certain kind of corruption,
mm, yeah?
but there is.
Oh
Like
shit.
it's not like you know they're money laundering or anything. It's just like corruption that uh, disenfranchises like colored people, people and disabilities. Uh, you know, and that's just because it's the art scene. It's just inherently a colonial kind of like concept.
Yeah,
Uh,
it does have colonial prestigious roots in
yeah,
terms of like value and like yeah. You
exactly.
can't
You
really
know,
yeah, it's hard to totally separate away from that. Yeah.
yeah. Holy shit.
But I hope it's making progress. I hope it's, better now and in terms
Hope
of
so.
being more accepted cuz like art in general is never ending uh never ending. Uh like it
Yeah,
constantly evolves, with
yeah,
current times. So
yeah,
feel like it's getting more and more progressive as time goes. It depends on the artists that come up, but
for sure.
really
And
interesting.
also depends on the media.
Oh, the
Like
outlet that you choose to
yeah.
do art on.
Well, not only that, but you have to consider the dissemination, like the way that you present things to the world, and how public things can be,
Hmm.
and stuff like that. So that's like a new
Oh,
layer of what art now has to go through
that's
because we were
interesting.
never so connected, right? And art was like, wow, this rare image, you get to see it here, but now everyone can just see whatever fuck image they want to see.
Yeah, a lot of people
So
lose the value of seeing art
yeah,
face to face compared to a digital copy or whatever. It's really hard to justify that when some people are so simple as to like, why would I need to go see the Mona Lisa
yeah,
if I can have it as a wallpaper on my phone?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And or I could go get a filter and make myself a Mona Lisa,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's art
that's
to me. That's art,
that's
and some
art.
people
Yeah,
are like that, and that's fair.
yeah. It's art is subjective, man. It's really the eye of the beholder, and to each their own. Um, art arguing about art is like arguing about colors, man. Nobody wins.
Yeah,
Just all sound like fools. So,
yeah,
um, the number one thing to not do in art is to judge.
yeah.
But
Unless
sometimes
you're
just
a judge of art.
yeah, unless you're a judge, and then you're like, actually, guys, I think everybody's a winner. You're like, bro, just fucking judge.
Do your job.
Just do your job. You
Do
had
your
one
job,
job.
judge. Yeah.
Anyways, Catch
Sure.
Monkey. Hopefully, he'll get into OCAD soon.
Yeah.
Um, Dean Pelton makes a cameo. This is a character from Community. Uh,
Skinny guy?
Skinny guy, skinny bald guy. Yeah, with the glasses.
Yeah.
Um, During the meeting and the conversation with T'Challa, uh, talking with T'Chaka and Black Widow, they are interrupted by. Okay, this is I don't know. This is deep. They're interrupted by an announcement. Says, "Please take your seat. This assembly is now in session." T'Challa says, "That is the future calling." This ultimately happens when Cap says, "Avengers assemble."
Oh my god! And T'Challa is the first one to walk through the portal. Yo, oh my god!
This is one of the reasons.
Assembly, the
Yes.
future.
Yes.
Holy shit! We're uncovering some gems
This is
for
one of
mining.
the reasons why I watch with subtitles because I wouldn't have caught this if
It's
there was.
actually genius.
But I don't know, stream. Let me know if that was too deep. Kush Chronicles are always getting paranoid up in here. This guy is full out grinding right now, and those aren't
Yeah,
coffee beans, folks.
yes, sir.
Actually,
Late at
I
night,
just rolled this nice one here,
sir.
which is
Heard you rolling.
my rolling skills are getting better. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna eat. I think I
Eat
deserve.
spots.
You know what? No, no edible tonight because I work tomorrow,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and I wanna
Good call.
wake up.
No edible. Like it's pretty late. I think like 2 hours.
Yeah, I should have ate the edible at like 10 or like 9.
I
Anyways,
would have ate it at like noon. I would have.
yeah, but you'd be at work and you're gonna be like, fucking.
Well, the fun thing about it is like you fight the feeling, and that's the fun part of an
Oh yeah,
edible.
that is true. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're just looking down. You're like, fuck.
Yo, it's like when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. That's what I feel like
Oh my
when
God.
if I ever work while I'm
Oh.
on an edible.
Edible
That would never happen.
have different effects on me. It's more of like, you know what happens to frogs when they get hit by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else. Shout out to Halle Berry. Horrible line.
And the frog actor, who was actually Darth Maul. Yeah, that's that guy who
Whoa.
does like those really cool flips, and he's very good at
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah. Where else is he from?
Well, I
Did
wouldn't
he?
recognize him because Darth Maul is like all fucking maked up. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Nightcrawler. Oh wait, no,
Wait,
not
what?
Nightcrawler. The
Toad.
frog
Yeah,
guy.
Toad. Yeah, Toad.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Wrong name.
Holy
I
shit. That's crazy.
misnamed this
Nightcrawler was dope,
reptile.
dude. That opening
Yeah,
sequence in the White House was still
yeah.
like, I got so
Oh my
hype in the
god.
movies with that.
Actually, I think that guy was also the
He was also Darth Maul. Everybody's Darth Maul.
he
Toad.
was the same actor. Yeah, yeah. Actor X-Men. Which one was that?
X-Men.
Which X-Men though?
First one. No? No, second one, sorry. Second X-Men 2, 2003 X2. Yeah. That's the one with
X2.
Nightcrawler and Rebecca Romaine Stamos.
The hell is this?
Is that the
X2.
one?
X-Men United?
Yeah, is that the one? Oh, wait, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
what?
that's the one, right?
Is that
Let's
the one
see.
with Nightcrawler? Yeah, that's the one. X2.
What's the Nightcrawler's actor's name? Can't find Nightcrawler. Wait, I'll just search.
His name is
Kurt Wagner,
yeah,
Alan Cumming.
Kurt Wagner.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I know him. He's
Oh, that's not him.
oh, I don't know him.
Yeah, wrong guy.
Who do you think he was? He was also Toad?
Yeah,
Oh, no, that's too
Darth Maul
much.
actor. Oh, his name is Ray Park. Yeah, he was in X-Men. He was Toad.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
funny.
I guess I'll put that in the Easter eggs later on when we
Nice.
cover the X-Men franchise.
Nice.
All right, let's
Where else
see.
is he from?
Um, all right, when Bucky was in Bucharest, he was testing plums with his metal arm.
Oh,
This is a clue that he has the ability to feel stuff with
yeah.
it. Um, probably
With the
hurts.
arm?
Yeah. So he was. Remember, he was. getting plums, and he's like feeling it to see the
Yeah,
ripeness. So I'm like, oh, there's a little clue that the arm is much more advanced than we thought. That he
yeah,
could probably feel things with it.
that's crazy tech.
Yeah, which kind of sucks because that means he probably hurt when it fucking got blasted off.
Oh yeah, wow,
Much like a real arm, but
that's true.
it's pretty crazy.
Actually, the plum. Do you know that the plum is a
Symbol?
fruit? Yeah, it's a symbol for like remembering or something like that.
Ooh,
Yeah,
really? Oh, that's interesting.
yeah.
Ah,
Plum symbolism in China. Uh, well, maybe not.
maybe you don't remember. Maybe you
Symbol.
need a plum.
Oh, the plum blossom is seen as a symbol of winter. The Winter Soldier. That's true,
Oh.
actually, because the yeah,
Is that
that'd be
when
the
they?
same.
Is that when they grow, or when they're
when
more?
they um, when they flower, and then like during the season,
That's
they'll turn into plums.
that's
The
crazy.
so he was the Winter Soldier, but now he's a plum. So he should just be called Plum Dude or something.
The plum soldier. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
Stream, put that in the
crazy.
comments below. Let us know if you agree with that.
Ah, okay, wait. It's actually plum blossoms represent the thawing of winter.
What?
That's even crazier because
Because
it's a
he's
changing of a season.
because he's not frozen anymore.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Only here in PBC,
Oh my
guys.
god.
There's no other place.
PBC.
There's no other place.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah. Uh
I blow my minds.
there's a really cool Easter egg, guys. Write that down. That was fucking sick, by the way. I
Yeah,
love how we
come on.
discovered that
Come
like
on.
right here.
Yeah.
A blue staircase truck can be seen in the airport. This is a nod to the Arrested Development TV show
Oh, nice.
that the Russos worked on.
Nice.
Clint introduces himself to T'Challa, but he says he doesn't care. In
Yeah.
Endgame, T'Challa calls him by the first name, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Um,
That's cool. Clint.
Steve laughs a bit after hearing Queens, since that was one of the places he forged on his applications for the army. And this is what the doctor said. Where are you
Oh,
from?
true.
Queens? He says,
Yeah. Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Yeah. Pretty
That's
crazy.
funny. That's actually. Oh, wow. That's a detail.
Yeah. Oh, this one's pretty crazy. Bucky asks if he was worth all the fallout between the Avengers. Steve, uh,
Oh my god, what do you say?
and well, Steve says at the end, he said it's me and you, bud, or whatever. It's me and you till the end, right? But
Yeah.
when he's asked if this is worth it, this dialogue is actually somewhat a nod to the comics. Uh, when Stark said it wasn't worth it. So one of the last panels in Civil War was Steve's body uh, in like the morgue or whatever with a shot, blood everywhere, and then Tony with his helmet down. And the last words were, "It wasn't worth it." I said, "Sorry, Steve, this wasn't worth it." Pretty crazy, powerful stuff. Hmm. Um, but really interesting to see it here. Um, yeah, Futurist studio album, Joe Russo cameo, yeah, and Stanley cameos as a delivery guy for FedEx, which was a funny and humorous scene of him calling Tony Stank, and Rhodey egging him on, which is pretty funny. And then we also get to see Rhodey is doing some physical therapy. He's not dead, thank God, but he does need to go through and learn how to walk again, which kind of sucks. But it's all good because at least he's not dead.
Yeah. It's a good thing they didn't kill
Um,
him.
and I think that's pretty much it for the Civil War analysis, guys. Holy shit!
Unbelievable.
Thank you for staying with us
Unbelievable.
this entire time. This would have been. Dude, imagine if we did Doctor Strange too. This would. Well, for one thing, Doctor Strange wasn't as, I guess, detailed of a movie
Yeah,
Unless you think that that one is just as immersive and detailed as Civil War 2, because this one is known to be really jam packed, full of details and stuff. So,
yeah. I think it will be jam packed with references, but like some stuff that we're
oh
not
yeah,
familiar with.
yeah. There were a lot of things that I didn't really know. Like, yes, I did read the Doctor Strange, like his introduction comics back then, but obviously I can't remember every single thing. I only remember the things that stood out. Uh, but still, Doctor Strange was enjoyable as fuck. It's one of the coolest movies ever, and can't wait to do that. But Civil War, it's still uh, this thing is still as amazing as I remember
Yep.
it was the first time seeing it, and it got better after the saga ended. Um, and definitely something that you could rewatch over and over again, man. There's a lot of MCU movies that there's not a lot of those MCU movies that you can do that. This one definitely has it. Action sequences, dialogues, just fucking sick shit happened in this movie.
Yeah.
If you take all the action sequences,
Mm-hmm.
it's like fucking crazy. This movie, from the apartment to the airport to the fucking
It's a lot of choreography. Holy
Serbia.
crap.
Yeah, choreography, like actual people fighting, was really important in this movie compared to just like CGI. You know what I mean? Because it's hard. Like, if you watch Guardians of the Galaxy, more than
Yeah.
likely you'll see a lot more CGI parts in that one when it comes to movement. But in this one, especially in the airport scene, everybody was like hauling ass.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
They got blow up doll
this guy said blow up dolls.
for the for the giant man.
Yeah.
That was practical, and then they added on the
Hmm.
CGI.
Yeah,
That was a practical first, and then
man,
CGI.
it's amazing. Movie magic is amazing when you see like behind the scenes and before generated computer generated graphics, and you're like, holy shit! How do they you just paste it on there? Like, oh my god,
Yeah, like the Death Star.
yeah.
And you're like,
Well,
how did they film that?
yeah, dude.
This is
Like,
the 70s.
yeah, and like even now when they give you like a ship and you're like, is this miniature or is this CGI? And you can't
Yeah,
tell.
it's hard to tell.
Yeah, George Lucas, man, fucking crazy.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Star, Star Wars. But yes, guys, let us know what you guys think about Civil War. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a fucking 9 out of 10. And it's amazing to me that back then, to us, this was like the hypest shit, and we had no idea that Infinity War was able to fucking set the bar even higher, and then the end game was like,
Yeah, God,
because by the
just went higher
time
and higher.
when the portal started opening up at Endgame, I don't even remember, dude. I remember my eyes were glued to this. I remember looking to the left. You were the left of me, right?
Yeah, the
And
left.
I remember saying something along the lines of like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like,
Oh my God, dude, it's
Ayon looked at me.
ridiculous.
He said, "I can't keep track of everything," and he was also under the influence of some edibles.
The spirits.
The spirits, the chafe, spirits have got me. Spirits have got me.
Splash.
Pour water on my face. Calm down, black face. Splash.
Hey,
Hey, in social studies.
yeah, the pause. I like the pause. It's like, big ones are 50. The little ones are 10. Oh man.
You're a hunter gatherer, correct?
Oh, come on.
I
I
guess
was
so.
big at the time.
Dude, I still can't. But like, Alan still hasn't seen those two specials, eh?
What?
Yeah, dude. Like, it just boggles my mind. Like, those are the
That's
two
crazy.
best shit ever. Because he can only understand like Chappelle's show references, right? But then
Oh yeah.
when I started doing like stand up ones, he's like, "Which one is that?" I was like, "Man." That's crazy.
He doesn't know it in and out.
Yeah,
I
because I
watch
was
it like every probably few months or so.
because one time I told him like back the fuck
Ah,
up.
fuck up. Yeah, I know that.
That's
Okay,
better.
back up, fuck up. Yeah,
That's better. That's
is
better.
better. Nobody knows that. Oh, it's,
Put the goddamn cigarette away. um,
I saw afflicted. I didn't want any trouble.
I have to say
Yeah,
something, man.
stream. What were we talking about, stream?
But yeah, so we just finished Civil War. The next movie that we're going to be rewatching and analyzing for you guys, it's gonna be Doctor Stephen Strange.
Ooh, sick.
Ooh, super
Yes.
excited for this one. Probably one of my favorite characters in terms of
Yeah.
like Sorcerer Supreme, dude. Like how
Yeah.
crazy,
Yeah.
how
That's
much more crazier can you get, right?
you can't like he's him and Wanda are probably the most powerful beings in the earth.
I mean, dude, his battle against Thanos and
Oh, it's crazy.
fucking
Come on.
Infinity War.
I didn't know that the Sorcerer Supreme could like do that.
Like we've seen him do some sort of rendition of those powers, but not to that
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
He definitely
Oh, that's
learned a
crazy.
lot of spells since him becoming
Bye.
Sorcerer Supreme. Yeah, dude. Fucking
Yeah. So
um, what's that?
toe to toe.
Ballsack.
Ball sack.
Yeah, Ballsack by the Hollow Hoggets or whatever.
By the Hoary Ghost Hoggett.
There we go. By the Horror Ghost of, and then they butchered that at MVCI. In level
Yeah.
3, he says, "I am Doctor Strange,
Oh,
Sorcerer Supreme." Like, how lame is that, dude?
so lame.
It's better if you don't understand what he's saying. Like, I have
Yeah. Hi,
Agamotto.
Yamagato. Grace of Hugger. Grace of Hugger.
Grace of August. Mystic Sword.
Flames of
Mystic
the
Sword. Flames of the Impact. In Flames of the Impact.
Daggers of the Knack. Oh, that's the best one. Daggers
Daggers.
of the Knack.
Daggers of the Knack. Dude, dishwashing gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Doctor Strange. Then we go into, like, Ragnarok. Some good stuff.
Oh my
Homecoming, I
god.
think, and then Ragnarok. So we're almost at the end. Guys, if you have any ideas on which superhero movies for us to
Yeah.
analyze after this saga, put it in the comments below because we're down to watch anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, like not anything. I'm not gonna watch a DC movie. That is for
well,
sure.
what if we run out of things to watch? You know what I
Well,
mean?
then we'll do DC movies. But
That's what I'm saying. Like for now, obviously we're gonna go as high quality as we can. And I
yeah,
think
yeah.
aside from MCU, which other superhero line do you think
Let me
is
see.
as good quality? X Men?
X-Men, yeah, but as a series,
Yeah.
you should do Harry Potter. we
we
got a
could
lot of views actually because there's a lot of Harry Potter fans.
stands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, maybe not right now, but
are you a Harry Potter fan? Do you like Harry Potter?
well, no, I watched it and I read all the books, but
Wow, what a like!
no.
I love how you're still saying no, but you watched all of it and you read all the books.
Yeah,
But
but then some people will go into university clubs and make a Quidditch team, and that's like a role play that I'm not like. Come on,
I'm
like
so
me and a
sorry.
broom, like that's me housework. It's me cleaning your like. It's me cleaning your
Oh my god.
your house.
Choco's
Yeah,
actually one of the biggest Harry Potter fans.
no
Fun
way.
fact, yeah, which is crazy because he usually likes sports and
Huh?
stuff. Yeah, I know.
What do you mean, like? Why?
I don't know,
Because
dude.
he watches it with his daughter.
No, his daughter doesn't.
Oh,
He's trying to get Elise into Harry Potter.
oh my God! So like, what?
He just
That's
likes Harry
crazy.
Potter, dude. Yeah, ever since back
That's
then.
jokes.
He should be like, yo, you guys want to come over? I just got the new like, he bought the new like Blu-ray set. Oh my god, we
Yeah.
had a marathon at his house, bro.
Whoa. It is like a really good series in terms of like. Well, if we were
Progression and
talking,
narration of it, yeah, absolutely. Go
well,
ahead.
CG as well. Like if we were talking about like how CG was evolved was through these like you know,
Fucking. Yeah,
blockbuster ass movies in the UK, like
yeah, yeah.
from England.
That is true. But the first one was really groundbreaking.
Yeah. Well, there were some bad ones actually.
Like
Like
what?
I think the either the fifth one or the sixth one might be not that good.
The Goblet of Fire?
No, Goblet of Fire is the fourth one.
So fifth one is Order of the
Order of the
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then a Half Blood Prince was like both not that great movies.
Oh, really? I don't
Yeah.
remember much of those other than when Snape said, "I am the half-blood prince." He
Oh
says
my
that.
god, so
Yeah.
epic.
Uh, I've only read up to the third book because I
Nice. Prince of Azkaban. Princess?
prisoner.
Prisoner. Oh yeah. Prince.
Prince of Persia, Prince of Azkaban. I don't think he was a prince, bro. I think he was locked up in there.
Yeah, prisoner. My bad.
Free my
That's
dude, Sirius Black, bro.
yeah.
Free Black. That's a
Free.
hashtag Free
Oh
Black.
my god.
It's like free
Serious.
Yayo, but free Black. You know. Free my
Yeah.
dog. Free
Free
my dog,
Yayo.
Sirius, bro.
Free Gucci.
Free Sirius.
Yeah. Free serious.
Which was played by fucking
Free Remy.
legendary
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fucking, I fucking love that guy, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Zorp from
Zorp.
from fucking Fifth Element.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. His character was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, anti-villain.
Chris Tucker was obviously amazing in that one too, but
People
yeah,
showed out in this movie. Like,
that movie was godlike, dude.
dude, how did they get all these superstars in one
Yeah,
place?
Mila Jovovich,
Yeah.
fucking the old guy from Alien,
Yeah.
fucking I forgot his name, but
Chris
the,
Tucker and the the dude from Friday, the one who like was cross-eyed and beat up everyone.
oh
Big,
Debo, Debo.
Debo, yeah. So Debo was the president.
Oh, yeah.
Debo
Oh
was the
my
fucking
god,
president.
dude! It had the
Just
best
the president?
music sequence with that blue alien. She's like, oh, like fucking
It's godlike, yeah.
crazy. And the practical effects, the props was all.
Yeah. But they spent some serious stuff.
Are you human? And Bruce Willis said negative. I am a meat popsicle. I was like, wow. this guy. this guy.
Wow.
Uh,
Sky bars.
Anyways, guys, hopefully we didn't get sidetracked too
Oh
much.
shit. Yeah.
We still reached
Midnight.
3 hours. This is supposed to be an hour. You know that? And like, I don't even cut any of this footage out. All that shit is in there. So
It's the best.
cancel us now when you can.
Yeah.
But thanks for watching, guys, and see you again next time. We're gonna be covering Doctor Strange. We're gonna fucking find out some. If we find out some crazy shit in Doctor Strange, because
Oh my
it's
God.
normal for us to find some crazy shit here, but in Doctor Strange, that's gonna be some next shit.
Yeah.
Until next time, remember, don't subscribe, don't comment. We don't want your shit, bro.
Go away.
You know what we want? Money.
All of it.
So all of
All
it.
that you can. All that you can.
And then maybe we'll talk about some theories next time, because I read about something about a new villain, but we'll get to that later on.
Oh, okay.
Like
for the MCU, the whole MCU.
Yeah, the next saga. There's some
Oh,
teases.
sick.
Some people that have too much time on their hands, and they're like, according to this article, he said this, and if you'd look at this, and he's in this Comic Con, and you're like, yeah, it's just fucking losers, fucking nerds.
Yep.
You know, in Step Brothers, when his dad when they crashed the boat, he's like, "You guys are losers. You're
Oh, yeah.
losers."
Yo, you went off.
The way he said "losers" there, I fucking died, man. Because he had to say it twice. You guys are losers. You guys are losers. Oh man.
Yo, he didn't want to say it. He wanted to express They were losers.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dying.
But shout outs to you guys. You guys are the reason why we eat and
Yep.
all that stuff. But we'll see you next time.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace out.